All righty, we are live. See if we can get the mic adjusted here. I was running just a minute or two behind. Get a little volume on the microphone there. As you can see, we are back on. I don't know if we're on Periscope or not. It let me click it and add it in, and Twitch sucks so bad. I hate to go there. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Yeah, Sean. Don't have my reading glasses on. I'll put them on in a minute. Hi, Jana. Jana got in here a little bit. I think she's going to choir practice, I think she told me. So, she's heading to choir practice. And we got Danny X in here. Cody, South Dakota's in here. Wearing the red mask in honor of the Cincinnati Reds. Please, anybody that comes in, do not tell me any scores. I have not watched the Reds game yet. I just know the first inning was horrible. That's all I know. But I'm in an out-of-market area, so I can't watch the... You better go lay down. I can't watch the game until 90 minutes after it's over, and it probably ended about an hour ago, give or take. So don't anybody tell me any red scores. If you do, I'll block you. I swear to God. I'll know the score, but you won't get to revel in the disaster of me knowing the score of the game. So I got my Reds outfit on, my Reds mask. It's opening day, Cincinnati Reds, April 1st. The first time I ever went to a Reds game was April 5th, 1971, and got to sit front row behind the dugout. So that was pretty cool. It's a long story. We'll see what all we talk about today. But the reason I'm wearing my red mask, 1 year to the fucking day I finally get my red mask. I got another surprise in the mail today, a birthday present that came a couple weeks late that is orange. Goes with the orange man. I'm going to show you some of the new colors I got today because a lot of these colors I didn't have, and I like to color coordinate my mask with my shirts and my shorts. And it looks like we got a donation right off the bat. Boy, now, if this is the same Sean that donated earlier, I had a donation from somebody named Sean today when I woke up this morning. That was a very nice donation. So we'll take. But does the red mask look cool with the red sleeves and the Reds logo? I mean, if you're going to go out, red or black's the only color that works. Maybe white. So, but I never know where these dogs have been. I got to be careful. These dogs are crazy. Never know where they've been. And I even have red glasses on today. I'll tell you a story about these glasses from when I went to the bank today, but I will check PayPal in a minute. The first donation in here today, and we've lost a fair amount of donations over the past few days. We did have some donation. Okay, Sean. So I guess Sean has donated again. He sent a very nice donation. I'm sure he doesn't mind me telling everybody. He donated $75 early this morning and saved a disastrous last couple of 3 days. As you all know, the channel was down for copyright infringement. We're not going to get into that. Part of the agreement to get the channel back is they basically had me over a barrel where we were going to have to wait 90 days. I'm sure the guy that filed it thinks he's right. I think I'm right. I've got a couple of attorneys that looked at it, thought we were right. But we come to it, I didn't have 90 days to fuck around with it. So he got what he wanted. I got what I wanted. We're moving on. No more shit. So we're not going to badmouth him in here or any of that. And I'm not going to badmouth him. He got the 3 things he wanted. I got the things I wanted. So we're good. Like I said, didn't have 90 days to fuck with it. So let me see if I can go to my PayPal. I'm still waiting on my boss to pay me today. I'll be glad when that hits. And Sean might be wanting me to check and see what he sent earlier today. Because I don't see anything new in here. Still waiting on my boss to pay me. Let's see here. Nope, nothing new other than your... Well, let me check the name. Maybe you took your payment back. I don't even see it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Sean McAllister donated $75 earlier today. And I thought he had said another one. Now, how you doing, Megan? Yeah, everything's handled. I wasn't happy about it. And I even explained to the person today that I think the Filipino families and the kids were hurt worse than I was. Because this is, Jerry Lawler's kids in here today. That's good to see. I know which one that is. And let's see. Well, thank you. Did you like the red mask? The first red mask I've had. I'm so proud of my red mask. I got a bunch of new colors today. I'm going to show y'all the colors to show y'all how bored I am. No, I haven't been vaccinated. I am immune to disease, period, except hateful fans. That one I haven't got the vaccine for yet. I need to look into that. But thank you, Ben Man, for your $10 donation. Let's get that back up there. Evening King. Here is to a great show. Figured right off start. Well, hey, man, got us off to a good start. We greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we've took a hit over the last 3 days. By the way, this is the 30th day in a row that I've done a podcast counting runovers going over midnight. I don't know who the hell else has done 30 live shows in a row. I'd like a name. Anybody that's done an hour or more every single show. I think the shortest show we did is an hour and 15 minutes, I guess. Many of them are 2, many of them are 3. I don't know where Pesci is. I'm sure he'll drop in here before it's over. All right, here we go. Right off the bat, you were warned and you didn't listen. So let me make sure I'm doing the right one. Okay, yeah, we got a smart ass in here that I told not to fucking give the goddamn red score. So there we go. Takes care of that. It didn't take long. Somebody else give me a fucking score. Get me in a fucking bad mood already. Now you ruined my fucking game, bitch. Told y'all, I got a fucking television. I got the goddamn internet. If I want to know the goddamn score of the game, I'll fucking look it up. So I think my fans would be fucking decent enough not to give me the goddamn score when I open the show so they don't give me the fucking score. So good, you made me mad. Now you're not going to be able to comment the rest of the show or any other motherfucking show, bitch. Now, hey, Paul, down in Australia, how you doing? I was going to go live at 7:05 because I was fucking tired and sleepy. I don't even, well, that's because you don't know sports. The only thing you know is about that thing where they kick something around on the ground into a goal. Every game ends 1-0 or 0-0. 1-0, whatever. Jesus Christ. Y'all don't know anything about sports. You don't know anything about real football. Not very good at basketball either. A couple of Europeans, Lithuanians come over here and do okay. And then you sure as fuck don't know anything about the great sport of baseball. It's called America's pastime for a reason. Well, it was low, but you know what? Fuck them. You know what? They were warned right off the bat. Now they know. And I'm in a fucking mood anyway. I had to miss 3 days of good donations. And people like Ice Cream Jennifer, Mango Jennifer, Jenica, Jen. Well, I know they all start with a J. Chris bitches about that all the time. Vanessa, who watches the shows recently, her and her kids watch the shows. She's the one that sent me I've known her for about 6 years. She sent me the picture of that giant ass fucking pizza that's on my Facebook wall. I got a lot of his attention. I've never seen a pizza that big here, not in Louisville. And, well, thank you. And we've had a pretty good streak on donations. And technically we had a good night last night because thanks to Sean's donation of $75, and I think we had a $15 donation come in after the show and another 10. So they kind of saved the day. And still our overall average through that 30-day period has been pretty damn good. We've done pretty good. And like I said, I figured that. Well, he can hate on a little bitch. I'm still going to watch the game anyway. I'll just watch the highlights like I normally do. But just the fact that he had to be a little fucking prick. And obviously he didn't want to be able to comment on the rest of the show. So that's fine too. And if he makes another account, we'll block that one. So I've gotten pretty good at blocking fucking idiots lately. Real good at it, as a matter of fact. Deleted 7 out of my account today. And not all for doing stupid shit. Some of them were blocked because they didn't have a profile picture. If you ain't got a profile picture, not blocked, but deleted. If you're stupid, you get blocked. And if you don't have a profile picture, you get deleted. Make room for somebody that does have one, like know who the fuck I'm talking to. If you send me a friend request wearing panties, a bra, and underwear, well, okay, I can look that shit up on the internet if I want to see it. So I don't need to accept those. And anybody that's just fucking drop dead gorgeous and has 2 pictures, a profile and a cover, no background story, no nothing, fuck those. And I still die. King, it didn't take long, did it? Cutting promos already. It didn't take long. And I'm a big fan of Johnny Cash, by the way. So there you go. Tutti Frutti. I don't have Tutti Frutti Jennifer yet. We'll look for one of those. We did have a girl in Malaysia named Cherry who was actually from Japan, and she was a singer and an entertainer who wanted to come on the show, But she was affiliated with that other fucking dumb fuck that I go, well, Chris told me today. You all tell me what you think. Chris tells me that I need to quit being so accessible to my fans and my friends. He says, you got all these goddamn people that never donate on your show, and you talk to them anyway. They know the show. Pesci summed it up best. The show's about donations, either to support me to do the show, because I've been hit with some shit recently. It's going to be a tough 90 days for me. We've discussed all that. And the way to support me is become a member, like Brad is, like Brad again, like Megan. I mean, even if it's a small donation, if everybody watches the show just had a badge, fuck, I don't even need donations. That's probably never going to happen. The Jim Cornette impersonator, I'm supposed to be doing something special for him tomorrow. There's a script involved, so maybe I won't. I hate scripts. But I'm doing something for him tomorrow, and he's got 300,000 followers. And he told me that less than 10% of his followers donate, and it's only 1 or 2% that get a badge. So he says, you're probably ahead of my average, which shocks me, really. Let's see. I still can't update my membership. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. If you got an iPhone, then I've told you what the problem is. If you don't have an iPhone, everybody else is doing. Oh, you mean you can't upgrade your membership? You might be stuck with it for a month. Has anyone else gotten a membership and then upgraded it? Because I don't know. But good to see. Good to see everybody in here tonight. We got already a much bigger crowd than we had last night. I think we peaked out at 33. Now it shocks me, for those of you that enjoy the show, that you can't go, you YouTubers, that you can't go to Periscope, which I don't even know if that's working. I haven't seen a Periscope come in here tonight. And if I don't see a Periscoper within 5 minutes, I think I can delete Periscope, and maybe I can add Twitch. I don't know. It ain't gonna matter that much anyway. There's now Periscope did real good for the Bradshaw show. I think it got over 400 views. Periscope would either have, it seemed like we'd have 88 views or 111 views. Those two numbers could have been a glitch. Who knows? Oh God, was it that bad? Was Twitch that bad? God, I did a show on Twitch, and they pretty much drove me away. Let the gamers have it. iPhone King, you just have to change the screen view to the desk. Okay, well, if somebody knows how to do that, I mean, I've got an iPhone too, and somebody tell me how to do it. All right, we just had a donation in honor of well, you could have donated 30. Somebody just sent me looks like a $3 donation. Yeah, Albert Herbert. Albert, I know the jack you make. You could have sent 30. Albert Herbert, in honor of the 30th show in a row, 30th live show in a row, 30th live show that will, I think you have to cancel the membership, then upgrade after it expires. I don't know. This is all new to me. We're appreciative of it. And Sean with now $77 in the house. Thank you, Sean. We greatly appreciate it. I don't know what motivated you to make such a big donation. That was obviously the biggest one we had yesterday. We get some 50s from time to time. We've actually had some hundreds. I know the Stephen King down in Texas, he donated 100 the other day, but he got something for his money. He wanted JBL to unblock him on Twitter. And the hard part that I didn't think I could talk JBL into was to follow him. And he did both. And he said, man, if he's donating, yeah, I'll do that. I'll unblock him and follow him. And that was very nice of him to do that. I wanted 300, but I got 100. Stephen Edwards, not Stephen King, but Stephen Edwards in the house on Facebook. And Periscope might not be working. It was supposed to go out of business yesterday. And let's see. I'm sure he's going to get smart. Apparently, baseball was invented in England. It was invented by Abner Doubleday. That's a very English name. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Mango Jennifer's in the house. How you doing, Mango Jennifer? And I've had a bunch of girls write me and say, well, can we call you sweetie? Y'all can call me anything you want. I don't care, as long as you donate. And from America, I don't ask the Filipinos to donate because those are the families that we're raising the money for. And I think Jennifer is getting closer to being able to go to Saudi Arabia. She wants to go home and visit her kids first. Some of the girls there that are taking the testing have not had an opportunity to go back home because they won't pay for their plane ticket home and the swab test. If you go home, you got to pay like $160 for the swab test and then another $40 or $50 for the flight home. The flight ain't that big a deal. The swab test is. So we're working on that, and we're trying to do some good things for her there. So if you guys have it in your heart to donate a little something tonight, and I know I ask you that every night, and I owe you 50. Who owes me 50? Oh, you do. You told me when your check came in. He's buying the mug. Mountain Timer's buying the mug. He keeps that. He asks for the mug every show. Do I still have? Yeah, the mug's in the kitchen, and he's been asking for that mug. I think every show. I hope it still has a handle on it. I think it does. If it doesn't, then you got a handle with you got a mug with no handle. It's like a horse with no name. It's still a horse. You just got to name it. So, but yeah, I think that one still got the handle. It's the King one. Somebody gave me a King for a Day mug. And we have another Filipino young lady in here today, Hannah. We recently helped her family for the first time. She had sent in a couple of requests. We had not been able to help her previously, but she expressed to me she was in dire situation. The kids really needed food. They needed some medication, and we helped her out with a donation just yesterday. And I did not even have her name in the system, and I probably have 40 or 50 families' names in the system. And she did tell me she was going to watch tonight. She does have an internet connection there. Of all the goddamn things the Philippines does, they won't get their people any food when they need it, but they can all get a free internet connection. So not always a good one, but they can always, if you're anywhere in the Philippines, chances are you can at least text and send messages. And sometimes you get an X amount of free data per day, and you can actually watch shows like this and stuff like that. So let's see. I steal a line from Dick Beyer. I can't think of who that is. Don't call me for dinner. Oh, more Philippines. Sometimes I think we have more Filipinos in here than we have Americans. That's little Giselle. I rave about her every week. That is Mango, Jennifer's daughter. Apparently my daughter too, because she calls me Papa. And I've told the story in here before. She calls me Papa because she says I've done more for her and her family the last year or two than her own father, her real father, biological father ever did. And I took that as an extreme compliment. And if 500 kids in the Philippines want to call me Papa, that's fine with me. I'm sure Princess calls me Papa when from time to time because I help put her and Ice Cream Jennifer together. And I don't get to communicate with Princess as much because I mainly communicated with her when Jennifer actually got to see her for the first time in 3 years. And we cried a lot of tears over that. That was very emotional for me, obviously for Jennifer, and obviously for Princess. I just checked it again, King. All you do in settings when you're watching YouTube is click desktop view, and you can join and get a badge. Okay, well, that sounds simple. I don't know how you do it, but do what he says. Jamie S. apparently figured out. He's got an iPhone. So, and I want everybody to have a badge. Everybody that watches on YouTube. And if you got to be jobber status, there's no shame in being a jobber. And sometimes that's all some people can afford. If you can afford $6.99 a month and you think I entertain you less than $2 a show, fuck, about 50 cents a show lately. I'm going to keep going as long as I can. So y'all know how many shows I'm going to do in a row. I'm now treating it like Pete Rose's hit streak. No one took Pete seriously till he had 30 games in a row. This is 30. I've got everybody's attention now, I hope. So 30 live not just fucking podcasts, not just recording 15-minute segments and breaking them out every day and claiming you did a podcast every day. No, none of that bullshit. That's the cheap way. Sorry for the language, Giselle. This is the real deal. We do at least one fall, 1 hour time limit, at least an hour, unless lightning strikes or something. So we do at least an hour. We're probably averaging 2-hour shows because we've done a lot of 3 hours. Hell, a couple of them got close to 4 hours. So this is 30. Tomorrow we have Tim Brando from CBS Sports, or was with CBS Sports. He's worked for everybody, so you can name a network. I'm sure Tim Brando's been there. A legend in college basketball. And there's one of my old buddies watching on Facebook tonight, Sharon, one of my high school friends who also had the same surgery I had and is doing very well. She's even done better than I have, in my opinion. I might have lost more, but she's lost a greater percentage. But she's stricter than I am. She almost won't touch a carb. She almost won't touch sugar. And I do a fair amount of both. Nowhere near as much as I used to. Had a fish sandwich tonight, as a matter of fact. And what do we got here from Pesci? So did you run in? Well, like I said, we're not going to talk about that tonight. We got everything worked out. He got what he wanted. I got what I wanted. But I did have the Perth pussy in Australia with accounts on Twitter actually followed me on Twitter today. Didn't think anyone knew who he was. Well, I knew who he was because he was following like 15 and had no followers. So it was pretty evident who the lonely Perth pussy was. So I wrote this stupid fuck. I said, hey, you dumb fuck, I know exactly who you are. Sorry, Giselle. I know exactly who you are. And, you know, get a fucking life. What is the matter with you? 3.5 years and nobody likes you. Nobody gives a shit. So I let him know that some shit was coming his way soon. Empty threats. Empty threats. You ain't going to do nothing. So he just admitted who the fuck he was. So he's that fucking stupid. And now all these fucking accounts, they said he formed like 4 or 5 more accounts on Twitter today trying to fuck with the Art Monkey. And he begged Art Monkey to join his forces. That would have made a force of 2. And he's got the gay love for me. He wants to have sex with me. That's not good. I'm sorry, Giselle. That's not going to happen. Not my cup of tea. Sorry. But after taking a gander at your wife, I can see why you'd be sexually attracted to me. I get it. But no, not going to happen. And let's see here. That's not Pesci. Oh, well, that's who it is. Oh, okay. Well, that happens from time to time. See, he just admitted who he is again. He's just that damn stupid. Yeah, that figures. Well, he didn't hang long because he's just that fucking stupid. He's just that stupid. And he spends all this. Do you believe this? How sick this little motherfucker is? That he's that fucking sick. 3.5 years, guys. And Paul RJ lives reasonably close to it, closer than I live. And we know his address. We know his IP address. And they move a little slow in Australia, but he's got some people down there that I've had to call off that just want to go over there and just beat the fuck out of us, little weirdo. And I said, no, we're not going to have to end this with violence unless Chris goes. And he ain't worth that for fucking sure. So, but yeah, I had a feeling that might be, but I always play along until we know for sure because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or block somebody that was legit. Oh yeah, that was him. But can you imagine it being that big of a loser just because you got blocked and that you own $500 worth of my merchandise? Which, by the way, the guy that was with him, he admitted that he still kept all my stuff. He can't bring himself to get rid of it. It keeps him close to me at all times. Oh my God. Covers his baby in it. And the baby, from what I've been told by reliable sources, ain't even his. So what do you do? I didn't think he could produce. Unleash the army. No, there's no need to unleash any army on this little piece of shit. You know, like I said, his day's coming. And then he comes in here. He has a chance to actually get a word or two off, and then the stupid fuck has to reveal himself. Empty threats, man. Well, you'll find out, motherfucker. You'll find out how empty they are. Pardon my language. And also, I need to make an apology that I did not make last night. I wanted to make it on YouTube when we had everybody in here. I used the C word the other day to describe, not that relinquishes any anger that I had at the moment. And I told him today, I'm more mad what you did to the Filipino families and the kids than I am what you did to me. That's what pissed me off, is that you didn't care about them. So, but I used the C word, and that should have been done in private. I'm more than happy to use the C word. I've used it many times. But with women and possibly children in here, I shouldn't have done that. And I certainly apologize for that, as not claiming I'm professional or anything. We know better than that. We know fuck this, fuck that. That's going to come. But I try not to use, I don't know why, I try not to use the C word. And even Megan said, well, if anybody deserved the C word, it was his. No, he's not very smart. No, you're if there's ever a comment deserved, he's not that bright. He's not the sharpest. And the people down there that know who he is, that's why they don't want to be his friend. You know, he's very vindictive. He gets his feelings hurt very easy. If you block him, he loses his fucking mind. He's like these girls or guys. It happens both ways, that if you block them, they just can't get over that you don't want to be with them in any form, shape, or fashion. They just can't get over it. And he's one of these people. And I actually consider it flattering that he's made now, from what people are telling me he's made close to 440 accounts between Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, all to fuck with me. And he's gained nothing out of it. If anything, he's brought me more fans because they just can't believe how stupid this fuck is. So I don't know. I used to think I had 7 haters, but it turned out it was 3, and then those 2 have turned on him. They don't want nothing to do with him either. They have contacted authorities. They don't, they know he's a stupid fuck. So 440. Yeah, that's and to dedicate that much time, I don't want to make one other account. I mean, if somebody made me so mad that I had to sit down and make another account, I'd lose my goddamn. I just don't even want to make one. More or less, they claim over 440 for the people that are looking into it, and too fucking stupid. I mean, I guess he can go get him. Well, never mind. I'm not even with the butter smarting him up any. The troll wants to make beautiful. Well, we figured that out. We figured that out. He's got a passion. He's got a passion. There's no doubt about that. The dumb fuck down under. No offense, Paul. They weren't talking about you, Paul RJ. Don't think that was for you. But I'd love to see a few new members in here tonight that are watching on YouTube. Who can I pick on? Johnny Cash, you want to be a member? You can be a jobber. Now, is that picture, is that of Amish Roadkill from when he was at OVW? I recognize that background. I recognize that. Is that Amish Roadkill, or is that just happen to be an Amish guy that looks like Amish Roadkill? Me and Kill didn't get along too good. And I get on Ian about getting a badge all the time. I guess he's got his reasons. I know he can afford $2.99 a month. I know he can do it. And I certainly give him his money's worth. I give him recognition in here all the time. Why is the bowling alley shooting down what I claim is an urban legend or myth? Or is, well, I know the stupid fuck down under wouldn't know that. So, well, I say Abner Doubleday invented it. So fuck you. Even if you in my own company. I don't know. I think I'm going to end the podcast now. I'm going to make the first one under an hour just because I'm not in the mood tonight to everybody ganging up on me, even my own company ganging up on me. Let's see here. So yeah, you're welcome, Hannah, and glad you're watching the show. Hope you enjoy it. There he is trolling. I don't know. It's hard to figure out. JJ, get back to yeah, Robin. JJ's in there trolling me over. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Well, give him something to do, I guess. I've seen Ken Burns baseball. It's his opinion. He don't know every fucking thing. Christopher's a big fan of Ken Burns. I've seen Ken Burns baseball. Don't make him right. He has some opinions. Seen the whole guy? Well, I actually haven't seen the whole thing. Christopher's seen the whole thing. He wants me to watch the whole thing, but black and white gets to me after a while. Rounders is a girls' game played with a short little bat. They play it in schools. Well, that's not really baseball then, is it? It's called rounders. It's a whole nother game. Let's see here. Well, yeah, everything worked out. Everything worked out. And we're good. We're good. And I've already told everybody, no bad mouthing. Everybody got what they wanted, so we're good. Let's see here. Dumb fuck down under was some more post. Well, I don't argue with that. Me and Chris went to Tumbleweed the other day. They have half price appetizers, and that's all we get because it's half price. Eat like a king for $19, and they normally waive the soft drinks for us. Probably shouldn't have said that, but they do. And let's see here. But yeah, I've seen some Ken Burns baseball, but everything he said that let's not believe everything Ken Burns says. He's entitled to his opinion. He's entitled to how he interpreted the research. We were going to talk a little bit about movies today. We were going to talk a little bit about baseball, which we've done. We've talked a little bit about baseball. And let's see, you all going to Chi-Chi's. Well, good luck finding one open. I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Well, I know who it is. I know who it is. I'm quite aware, but they have to fuck up first. You know, I don't block them until they fuck up, and so far hadn't fucked up. But I know what it is. I'm aware of it. And let's see. I loved his Civil War stories. I haven't watched those either. But you know, Ken Burns is a bright man, but like I said, it doesn't always make him right. That wasn't me, King. That was I know, I know, I know. I got you. I got you. The you got your badge. The other one didn't have a badge. Sometimes they're easy to tell. Alrighty. The Vietnam one would be pretty interesting. I'll probably have to check that out. I haven't seen that one yet. And let's see here. So yeah, if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about as far as movies go, television shows, because y'all seem to enjoy talking about that stuff. Baseball, well, you know, I'm gonna watch it later anyway. We got off to a bad start. If we hadn't gotten off of that bad start, we might have won. The Ken Burns country music series. Well, no, it wasn't, because it was about country music, and for those that like it, that's great. And why, Dad, you gonna have to come up with another opening. You use the same thing every fucking time, and you don't have the catchphrase "I said good day" to end the shows with. Number one, quit being late. Number two, we ain't starting no god. You can start show over. You have the privilege to do that because you can actually watch these shows from the beginning, even once you join. I have not watched King Kong yet. Chris wants us to go to a lovely air conditioned and popcorn filled, Coca-Cola filled AMC theater to see it. And we very well may do that. And let's see here. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be good. King Kong looks like it's going to be good. And Joe Pesci must have sold a clear coat to somebody on their car. He upscaled him to a clear coat. Thank you, Joe Pesci. Appreciate it. And yeah, he's got a badge and actually donates, so we know who he is. We're very well of him. Randall Harper in here a touch late today. How you doing, Randall? Beautiful profile picture. Gotta love it. And Randall's got a badge. Justin Cobb doesn't have a badge. The Red Sox game was postponed to do because of clouds today. Is that, well, probably colder and shit too. I know Washington postponed theirs. I was watching the Detroit Tigers earlier today, and it was snowing like a bitch there. Couldn't even see a pop fly in the infield. It was so bad. On YouTube, try Tales from the Tour Bus. Okay, that sounds like something to look into. We might consider that. Ben Shrewsbury, another donation from the right account this time. Well, there you go. I appreciate that. You can do the left account. I don't care what account it comes from. That's just fine. And it's 8:39 tonight. I won't be going real long tonight because I got to be right back here tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. with Tim Brando. Looking forward to doing that. Sorry about the bad start tonight. No, it ain't no bad start on my part. Everything's fine. It ain't bothering me. The like I said, I get used to blocking dumb fucks every day, and don't bother me any. I mean, it just tells you how thick they are and how fascinated they are with you. That one person from 12,000 miles away could affect somebody's life that badly that they have to dedicate their life to trying to be a part of mine. And get nothing positive. If you don't know who Tim Brando is, I don't give a shit if you live in England or not. Google it. God damn. Google it, Ian. Shit. Don't ask me who Tim Brando is. You have a Google machine. If you don't, get you a cup of sugar, walk over next door, knock on their door. I assure you they will have the Google machine and say, here, I would like to present you with a cup of sugar, maybe a glass of milk in exchange for temporary use of your Google machine so I can see who Tim Brando is. Because I'm in the UK and I don't know anything except for powder ball or whatever it is y'all play over there. Rounders, little girls with sticks. Sounds like something they used to prevent you to keep coming in their yard would be my guess, but I don't know. What I know. Really glad you were able to get the channel back for you. Well, I am too, especially with Tim Brando coming up. I definitely wanted to have it back for him. And so we're looking forward to that. And let's see. All right. Baseball, movies, Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, Major League, Bad News Bears. Get it going. Oh, there we go. There's lots of movies there. Field of Dreams is my favorite of all of those. Bad News Bears was all right for me because it had oh shit, done forgot Walter Matthau in it. Like yeah, he's a commentator dude. There you go. You broke it down. He's a commentator dude. And I had fish and chips today. I went to, let me give him a quick plug. I promised him I would. If you're in the Louisville metro area, you want some good fish, you want an amazing grilled cheese sandwich burger. That's what it is. It's a grilled cheese sandwich, double stuffed with cheese, bacon, and a very similar type burger to Steak and Shake. And you can't get that no more. They've been coming back for about 2 or 3 years now. They ain't made it back yet. We already have twice as many people in here tonight as we had last night. But go to Metro Diner and you can't go wrong with the cheese sandwich cheeseburger. Ask for Stacy, who I never get her name right. I always call her Sherry. Ask for Stacy. She'll know what burger I'm talking about. And the fish is even better than it was last time I was over there, because last time it was a fish that was very similar to what Culver's has. This fish was unfucking real. Crispy crust and filled with good fish in the middle. Man, it was so good. They brought me 3 huge pieces of it. I can only eat one there. I had one for dinner tonight, and I got another one I'm going to have tomorrow. And then I made me some mozzarella sticks to go with it. My eyes were way bigger than my stomach. Yeah, believe it or not. And I cooked up 12 mozzarella sticks, thinking I was going to knock out maybe 6 of them, then eat 6 later. Well, I couldn't do it. I think I had 3. Because the fish was pretty good. Made me a fish sandwich tonight. Last night, I just dipped the fish in the tartar sauce and just to get the full flavor of the fish with no bread interfering with it. But tonight, a fish sandwich seemed like a good idea. And it was. But Metro Diner, they're over close to the Jefferson Mall. And, or you could just do like Ian did on Tim Brando and look it up. You could do that. You could do that. Ohio man in there. That's Pesci's guy. Ohio man, where's your badge? Got to have a badge. You're in there badgeless. I know one thing. Wydat is in here, and he better get a badge. When you're the goddamn sheriff of Louisville, hang out on my porch all the time, and ain't got a stinking badge. I had one person tell me they don't need a stinking badge, and I let her get by with it. And let's see here. That didn't last long. Here we go. Make another one. There we go. Boy, see. What a piece of shit. And God, mentally ill, guys, is all you can say. Just fucking mentally ill. No wonder his wife went out and fucked somebody else to have a baby with. Didn't want to take a chance of reproducing with that sick motherfucker. That's for damn sure. But I don't blame her. Not a prize. Not a prize. By no means, but she obviously could do better than him. And she did. She went out and fucked somebody else and had a baby with him. And makes him pay for it. So she got him pretty good on that one. 441, Megan. There you go. We're keeping count now that we know the number. And just mentally ill, just stupid, loser. He actually begged Harry to take him back as a friend. Harry Bernetti. I think he's Barnett. I think he's in here. I saw his name. And he begged when Harry finally had enough of his shit and blocked him. And then my other co-host, Daniel Spencer, blocked him. It must be a co-host thing. I think he just wants to rub his nose up the crack of the ass of somebody that's had some level of fame because he can't get any. And so when they blocked him, he formed obviously other account and begged them to take him back, much like he did with me. And I guess they don't have mental health care in Australia is the only thing. Paul, do you know anything about that? Paul RJ? Do you know thoughts on Walking Dead season? I'll get into that in just a minute. I sure will. And let's see. Reverend Lowe's got a badge. He's got a badge. So we got to get Ian to commit to $2.99 a month to get him a badge. I might have to come up with another tier, the dollar tier, just to get the people that won't fork out the $2.99. We got to do that. No, but I know Ian's on a limited situation over there. I try to cut him some slack. Ohio man, you're friends with Pesci. Pesci's got a badge. Ohio man needs a badge. So what are we going to do with Ohio man? The Stalking Dead would be good. That would be good. Hey, Kenny just tuned in from England, early hours. Can't sleep. Well, welcome. We appreciate having you. And Hell, we might crack 1,000 viewers tonight because the sick fuck down in Perth, the Perth pussy keeps making fake accounts to come in here just so somebody will see him for 30 seconds. But when you're mentally ill, that's the shit you do. So, let him keep at it. I want him to crack 500. I think he will. Let's see. Spencer is his partner in all of this. Told me he was creepier out, but well, you kind of lost me there, Grandma. I'm not hanging in there with you. Spencer is his. Yeah, I know he was. Yeah, he tries to recruit everybody that I have a beef with, and there's plenty of them. So, and he went after Art Monkey immediately after we had our deal the other day, and I told y'all that's what he was going to do. It was obvious. I think Harry knew it. And Grandma knew it. So let's see. Means fried potatoes and French. Okay. Well, that sounds good. When you making your OVW comeback? I never said I was. So I don't know. I have to announce such a thing to know the date. And well, you'll do it if I tell you to. I know that you and the big man probably want to go over there just to get some knuckle shuffling. Not that type of knuckle shuffling. Not like Cena does. You don't want to do that. Not on worldwide television. Oh, let's see. Well, hang on here. Should I watch The Walking Dead? I never did get around to it. Well, I liked it. I've watched every fucking year. I've never had any season I've watched that I regretted watching. Some are better than others. I think season 3 was amazing. You all think I'm a fucking robot here. If the prince ain't here, I don't get to see all the messages. So yeah, I'm going to miss some. So I'm sorry. If I miss it, write the fucking thing down again. Here we go. King, you missed my message. I can't get a badge. It's not my credit card that I donate with. Well, what do you got? Fucking Bitcoin in prison like a Pesci? I mean, I don't know. Well, whatever. Just have Pesci. I guess Pesci can do it. Have Pesci come over and fucking put one on there for you. You're in Ohio. You're near him. You've bought cars from him. Go to Pesci's house and have him do it. He'll do it for you. He's a nice guy. And I also got to apologize to Pesci. We were giving Pesci some shit last night. We blamed him on the bad house. Chris got on him a little bit at the end. And I told Chris today, I said, I think Pesci took it a little hard that we were fucking with him last night. I said, I've tried to reassure him. Chris, oh, no. Pesci was fine. We were just having some fun. The house was down. We had to blame somebody, just like in the wrestling business. It's never the promoter's fault. It's always you shit wrestlers that fuck everything up. Well, we'll know better than to book you in the main event again. And as Rip Rogers used to say, what match you in tonight? Oh, I'm in the main event. Oh, no, you're confused. You're not in the main event. You're in the last match. You're definitely not in the main event. So that's what Rip used to say to the boys. So, no, Ohio Man's not Pesci. I know that for a fact. Ohio Man is a dear friend of Pesci's. So knock off your detective work. I can handle that from here. But I know Ohio Man, and Ohio Man and Pesci are good friends. And Ohio Man has bought a couple of cars from Pesci. Because trust me, if it was Pesci, he would have a badge just so I'd get off his fucking back. So all you wannabe goddamn detectives out there, just calm it down a little bit. I fucking got it. And if I fuck up, I'll pay for it. Why fuck with Pesci? He puts asses and say, well, he didn't last night, Sheriff. Now we see why you're a sheriff instead of a fucking detective. You don't know what you're goddamn talking about. He didn't put asses in seats last night. We had 33 when he came in. When we signed off the air, we had 16. We lost fucking viewers left and right. Now, he tried to fucking blame me and said that we wouldn't let him talk because he was 5 seconds ahead of us. Well, we tell you when to start your stream, cue your shit up and sync up with us, and then we'll all be watching within 1 second of each other at the same time. Pesci didn't do that. He didn't listen to instructions, so he was turning over his shoulder and telling us what we were going to see, and we got tired of it. So we yelled at Pesci about it. So don't tell me he puts asses in seats. He lost us almost 20 seats last night. So don't tell me that. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You'll never make detective with detective work like that. You blew the fucking case. Feed your goddamn geese and bring me some goddamn dog food. There you go. Getting low on dog food, by the way. Yeah. Shut up, Pesci. Don't you be teaming up with the goddamn sheriff. How dare you? Don't you team up with the sheriff. We could not get you on the tube, Kenny. Well, you couldn't because of the other situation that we had going. But you're not so fucking stupid, any of you, including the sheriff, that if you want to see the fucking show, go to Facebook, go to Twitch, or go to Periscope. There was 3 other options. You didn't have to fucking come here. You can handle it. It's not that big a deal. Capiche? Pesci? All right. I did yell at Pesci. I didn't mean to yell at him. I didn't mean to cause any harm. Didn't mean to rattle his cage a little bit. And it's Pesci's fault. Nico, get a badge. It's Pesci's fault. He hasn't been future endeavored yet. He has not. Now you got to get a badge. Because now you got Pesci thinking he's got the pink slip coming. No one's pink slipping Pesci. Pesci's fine. He just fucked up last night. We booked him in the main event. You saw what happened. It was just a shit. It was fucked up from the beginning. We knew when we didn't have either one of our YouTube channels that we were going to be fucked. At least for the day. Michael Ryder doing a run-in, trying to save the night. So I don't know whether to count Sean's money as last night's money or today's money. When I woke up, it was in there. But he definitely made that payment after midnight. So I guess we have to count Sean's money and today's money. So we'll do that. And I think he's donated $78 so far out of Sean. And we've got some few others in here. So we got time to go for 200. I guarantee you I will be here till 9:05. And we'll see how the donations go between now and then. I haven't seen any new members tonight. And that's hurting my feelings a little bit. I'm always heel. That's my job's to be heel. I didn't go heel. I've been heel since 1987. Somewhat neutral as I wasn't neutral as an announcer. I never liked the fucking baby faces. Fuck them. Do you and your son play the MLB? The show? No. Well, I don't. And Chris likes the story and history of baseball. He'd never really sat down and watch a whole game with me. Maybe before I die, he'll do that. We did watch one count dog food on the porch. All right, you all right. Get a badge, Sheriff. You can't be Sheriff without a goddamn badge. Figure it out. Be detective. Figure out how to get a badge for $2.99 a month. And I'll let you even eat some of the dog food if you want. You can take it over to the geese if you like. Chris still has not come down here and picked up his cat food. It's under my kitchen sink. The dogs beg for it every day. They love that cat food. We have a new member. This is how you do it, baby. This is how you do it. I don't know what type member he is. Somebody tell me what he is, whether he's jobber, mid-carder. I don't get as many main eventers as I'd like, but you're only going to pay the 24 one time because next month we're lowering it to $19.99 or $19.95, whatever it is. Didn't you say? Yeah, Dundee was going to come on, but he's had some issues, some family issues that he's dealing with. But I'm feeling a week or two, Dundee ought to be on. We still got Randy Hells to come on, Bruce Pritchard, Jerry Jarrett's coming on again. I'm pretty sure Russo's about due to come on again, so we'll get Russo on. So we got some good people coming up. Jobber, well, that's fine. Like I said, if all 2.5 thousand subscribers were jobbers, I'd never have to ask for another donation again. If 1,000 of those were, because we do get at least 1,000 views throughout whatever fucking show we do between Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. Normally, a bad show will get 1,000 to 2,000 views over a 30-day period. The one that we did ratting out Jimmy for his shit got 36 or 37,000 views. When Chris did the solo one by himself, he got like 9,000 views, like in a week. So yeah, it just depends what you. Normally, when we're shitting on somebody or fucking with somebody, those are the shows y'all want to come out for. If we're just on here just fucking around, not as much. People ask me that every day, and I say last time I heard from him, he's okay. Nico membership, there we go. Sure, it's a jobber, but we appreciate it. Appreciate it, Yonner. That's what one of the people said to the judge the other day. That's up there in the Floyd case, and the judge said something. Appreciate it, Yonner. I said that's cool. Just appreciate it. Let's see. The next great show will be Pesci talking to Timmy John. That'll be a good show. I don't know how big of a draw it'll be. But I'll be entertained. I'll certainly be entertained. So thank Nico for the membership. Somebody tell me what he is. I almost don't even have to ask anymore. Maybe we need to raise the jobber price and maybe do away with the middle one. You can either be a jobber or main eventer and do away with mid-carder. I haven't seen a lot of mid-card memberships, but I've tried to get everybody that watches this show, everybody that's entertained by it, to do their $2 cover charge. And well, some of you do, some of you don't. But there was a girl on Instagram that Chris saw, Instagram or Twitter. I think it was Instagram. And she has shows she does or something. And she posts on there, if you're watching my show and you don't think this is worth $5 a week, get the fuck out of my room. You know, pay me $5. I'm entertaining you. I'm not watching your show. You're fucking watching mine. Pay me $5. I said, I like that attitude. I should sign her up on my show. Have her help me out. Jobber to the stars. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Stuck in catering. I got you. Now, if somebody can motivate YDAT to figure out how to do the $2.99, I mean, if the sheriff ain't got a badge, then he ain't the fucking sheriff. He's just riding in the car. He's doing ride-alongs. Feeding geese. He's not doing sheriff's work because he ain't got a badge. I don't even know. I don't even see. Well, okay, yeah. Well, maybe it is. Maybe there is a color scheme. I don't know. Because this is just a donation, and these come up in different colors. You never know what it's going to do. Well, no, Pessy wasn't. We tried to tell you it wasn't Pessy's fault. We had to blame somebody. It wasn't Pessy's fault. We were watching 2 hours of fucking wrestling that some people didn't want to watch. Plus, I was pissed off about a lot of other shit. I wasn't in the mood to do a show anyway, but I'm going to keep doing them. I'll be back here again tomorrow. I'm going for at least 44. I want to tie Pete Rose's all-time hit record. I want to do 44 live podcasts in a row. Now, will I quit at 44 and let Pete Rose have the National League hit record? Or am I going to come back for 45 and do a 1-hour show and break the record? And then will I go for DiMaggio? Will I go for 56? Will I go for the Miami Hurricanes 58-game home winning streak? Never been broke yet. Alabama got close. They got to 57, and they got the ass beat, I think, by Auburn. So I don't know. I might go for 50. I might go for 60. I might go for 61. My age, 61 live shows in a row. I'm not even halfway there yet. If that's the case, well, I guess technically we are halfway there. We're halfway, so we're getting there. But thank you, Nico, for the membership. And I saw another new membership in there too, didn't I? Nico, and who else? We got Megan. Oh, there we go. Big Zach. I think I know who Big Zach is. No, that's not who I thought it was. Now that I see the the profiles help me. Now, hang on here. I need Megan to get a better profile picture for me. Well, no, there we go. She's kind of hiding behind the YouTube logo there. Okay. I was looking at that wrong. Now that I see her, well, but one of her eyes is missing. We got to fix that. We need Megan to reposition the picture, get her head out from behind the YouTube logo, and do that. Well, what was Goldberg's streak? Well, his was fake. I'm not worried about Goldberg's streak. His streak lasted as long as promoters said it could. And I guarantee you, when that streak was announced at a certain number, I guarantee you can't go back and check the videotapes. And, well, yep, Goldberg, he was up to 24 in a row, or 38, or wherever the fuck they started his count at. I guarantee you will not go back and go through every house show and see if Goldberg got beat or not. They just decided one night on TV, decided, well, he's going to have a streak, and we're going to start at 24. And dare anybody to go back and call us a liar. So that's a fake streak. That don't count. Oh, that's the lazy one. Okay. Yeah. Chris said he's noticed like 7 profile pictures out of you. I only noticed that one because I didn't notice until he pointed it out. Did he get, well, I ain't doing 174 live 1-hour shows in a row. So it's a good thing that his record is fake. So I'm not worried about that. I ain't worried about the fake records. I'm worried about Pete Rose. 30 gets your attention. I'm at 30 tonight. I'm going to go for 44 to tie the National League hit record, the Pete Rose set. I will probably go for 45 and break Pete Rose's record. Then I'm going to go for 56, probably, and break Joe DiMaggio's record. Then I'm going to go for 58, 59 to break the Miami Hurricanes record. And then will I go for my age of 61? Will I go for 62? So I got it already one in for next year. Will I go for 70? I ain't going for 178. You can feel safe about that. My guess, no, I'm not going for Hank Aaron's all-time home run record. That's a good number to throw up there, but no, I will not be doing 755 shows in a row. I will not be doing 1,000. Do a 174-hour live. You know what? It's a damn good idea. Why don't you do the first 173 hours and then you hot tag me and I'll be in there to finish it up? I have done a 12-hour show. I've done a 13-hour show, which I am told is the longest time anyone ever did a podcast, period. And on top of that, never went to the bathroom. And I actually went 19 hours without going to the bathroom. Documented, witnesses, everything. Plus, I was in front of the camera for the whole show. But I never went for a few hours before the show. Never went for like 4:30 in the morning after the show. And that was right at about the 19-hour mark. Yeah, switch it up for me tomorrow, Megan. Let me see what you got. And I like long hair and teddy bears, whatever good that does me. UCLA did have the 88 games. So now you've given me something to go for after the Hurricane record of 58 home wins to go for 59. I think UCLA is going to be safe. I think 61, maybe 62 is a good number to look at. Maybe 61, because that's how old I am. I'm not going to be 62, so why would I do 62? Bowling ain't got time to pee. I didn't that night. I don't know if I'll ever do 13 hours again. I'm told it's not healthy, but I really didn't have to go. And I know people were here that saw it. I drank 4 Diet Cokes that day, 2 or 3 Gatorades. It ain't like there wasn't any fluid in me. There was plenty there. And if I'd have had to go at 13 hours and 2 minutes, my ass would have been in the bathroom. I didn't go for a total of 19 hours. Documented. You can ask Maya. Maya wouldn't lie for me if her life depended on it. But we may do another 8-hour marathon show, because that way we can record 1 4-hour segment. I can take an hour off for dinner, get a break, go to the bathroom, all that shit, and then come back and do 4 more. There are 30 million checks out there waiting to come. I still don't have mine yet. I don't have any notification that one is coming. I can't figure it out. I was on direct deposit for the other 2. They went in 2 or 3 days after the first check's hit. Within 2 or 3 days, I had mine. Been for fucking ever. And I got a lot of people tell me, hey, me too. I got direct deposit. I ain't got mine yet. No notification, no nothing. The single season home run record. Well, that's 70. Is that 71 or 2? That Mark McGwire, when him and Sosa were having the big race. 71 or 7. Maybe it's 70. No, he got 7. I know he hit 70. 71 or 72. Do you have a bucket under the table? Well, I guess no one will ever know, but Maya knows, and no, there's no bucket. Maya wouldn't have done the show if there was. So no, there's no bucket. Not a bad idea. But if anyone's seen my computer chair, then no. Let's see. Message me after the show. I think I know what's up with your check. Same thing that happened to my mom. All right. Well, that's got my curiosity. Pesci just not only did a clear coat, he included front seat car mats. And I'm getting a piece of that action. 99 cents out of Pesci. That just shows you people, no donation is too small. If only 1,000 more people would do that tonight. Bonds was 70. Bonds broke McGuire's. I forgot about that. But there's an asterisk by Bonds. We're not going to worry about his, because he was roided up, and apparently Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire weren't. So throw those records out. Whatever the what was the home run record before then? Single season? Because wasn't it 50 something? No, it was Roger Maris, 61, I think, with my age. So I'm doing that in here. So that's the only real one. Roger Maris at 61, my age. I've already said, so I'll do 62. I'll break, because that's the only real one. We're pretty sure that Roger Maris was not on steroids. He might have been on Hershey bars. He might have been on chili dogs, but he was not. He was not on steroids. So Sosa's out. McGuire's out. Bonds is definitely out. Major League Baseball doesn't even want to recognize his record. Yes, sir. Michael Saturday, Sunday. Only 100 people are watching Jericho. Okay. Really? God damn. Really? Is he doing live? Is Jericho doing live? And why are you watching Jericho? He'd have 99 if you weren't watching him. Get out of Jericho's room, for crying out loud. Well, that is amazing, because we had, me and Bradshaw had 136 live at one time. that I saw. It might have been a touch higher than that. I'm sure it wasn't over 140. But yeah, fuck, me and Bradshaw had 136. So that's I'm shocked to hear that. I don't feel as bad about my numbers as I've felt on previous days. Babe Ruth did 60 on beer and cigarettes and cheap women. Now, you don't know those women were cheap. At the going rate back then, they might have been rather costly. You just don't know that. And those women did whatever they were either paid to do or they made a mutual agreement, like some have done. Every day is what I meant there. So, yeah, we're probably going to look at 62. I'll break. Damn, that's 30. God damn, it's a lot of shows. Well, that's my goal. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it, but that's my goal. I might wake up one day between now and then and be done with podcasting altogether. Probably not, but it could happen. It could happen. So that's my goal. We're not going to say I'm going to do it because I haven't done it yet. I know you had a couple of screens. I saw 2. I didn't realize you had 5. Well, don't be giving Jericho my numbers. When you're watching Jericho, instead of me being at 62, I could have been at 63. And then Jericho had been at 99, and it would look like a closer race if he's keeping up with me, if he's tracking what I'm doing. Scooby is being awfully damn good. He's a sleepy dog today. Oh, look at that little innocent baby. He's just a little child. Is 2 Cow over there too? No, 2 Cow's on the other end. 2 Cow is on 2 Cow's over here on the far end. And they're sleeping butt to butt. Butt to butt, they slept with each other. Poked out their tails and wagged at each other. When the barks came and the dust went still, 2 Cow, the big dog, went still. Upon their stones were these words, and in the casket below, Moo Cow lurks. I'm trying to redo a Plowboy Frazier Big Bad John poem that was done about it's a decent crowd. It's decent. I mean, we were hanging in there with Jericho for a little bit. So it's 9:08. We've been on 1 hour and 2 minutes. And I think the donations have slowed up for the most part. So we're going to go till 9:15. If donations pick up, memberships pick up, I'll hang around past 9:15. If not, we will say goodnight for tonight. And we will do the Moo. You remember the Moo Cow. Mama Moo. Mother of 2 Cow. Adopted mother, but mother nonetheless. So, yeah, if donations pick up a little bit by 9:15, we got about 8 minutes to do that. Well, Chandler's trying. Chandler's trying. Thanks, Chandler. Appreciate it. I got the goddamn VPN. First time I've ever used a VPN in my life. It still recognizes me and does not let me watch Cincinnati Reds baseball live. It still knows that I'm in Louisville. I tried it on YouTube. I tried it on MLB Network, MLB TV. Didn't work. So I guess I'm just going to have to watch the games delayed like I'm going to do tonight. See how the hell we got our runs. And there we go. And he's got his badge. So let me go back here and pick some shit with somebody. Ben, he's got a badge. So I can't yell at Ben. Pesci's got a badge. Dustin got a badge. Michael's got a badge. Y'all going to love this. Why that? Sheriff, well, I'm the marshal. I'm Marshal Bolin. And you got 2 options here. You got 24 hours to either get a badge and join me in law enforcement or get out of town. That's the way we settle it in the Old West. And you ain't got no badge. Calling yourself a sheriff. You better figure it out, son. You better get some help. You better get one of those smart sheriffs that knows better than to do detective work on my show. And you better get them to help you get a badge, because it's embarrassing when a sheriff is in here on every show and the sheriff ain't got a badge. It's embarrassing. But you do bring dog food. And occasionally drops off cash in the door. Unless you just want to tell the people, I can't figure it out. I don't have a debit card or a credit card. I don't have a PayPal card. I don't have Cash App, which I don't either. I haven't caught on to these new pay systems. I haven't figured it out. But thank you very much, Chandler. And I did watch a couple of games on MLB TV. Thank you. One of my other fans in here, fans and friends of God, let me see if I can find him. See if he's still in here. But he also let me use his. I think Dustin let me use his. But the roids were on. There's no doubt. I think he let me use his MLB account because he got it free with his phone service or something. So that was pretty good. I did call the sheriff out. I did. You got 24 hours to get a badge. You got to get out of town. Can't be hanging around town without a badge. Let me pick on somebody else before we go. I got about 4 or 5 minutes here. A lot of badges in here. Except that guy. Doesn't have his badge. Megan, the one who was accused of being my wife, and I haven't even met her. She's got a badge. But it is 61. Roger Maris. Very good. Justin, where's your badge? Justin! Where's your badge? All right. The show about donations, as Pesci said. I don't know what to call this person, but he did know how many home runs Barry Bonds hit. But that don't get him off the hook. Needs a badge. Nice cover photo. It's not him or her. Nice cover photo. Needs a badge. Pesci, you proud of that donation? Showed me a wad of $4,000 the other day. Well, King, that's not all mine. I got to pay the car people. I get it. I used to be in the same boat. I'm still waiting for my check by mail. Well, I have direct deposit. They know that. They've accomplished it twice. So I don't know what the deal is. Brett Favre, 297 consecutive starts. No, I ain't going for that either. Won't be going for that. Trying to find some other people to pick on about, Justin. Come on, baby. Yeah, I'm not going for 88 either, just as a reminder. I'm just scrolling back looking for people without badges. All right, I'm going to cut Dumbfuck down under some slack. I know why Dumbfuck doesn't, because he's a Dumbfuck down under. He doesn't know how to get a badge. He hadn't figured it out. Goldberg. No, I don't think that's happening either. That's pushing it a little further than I cared to do it. Kentucky law, one person cannot hold two. He's looking for a technicality. I didn't see that before. He wants a technicality. Well, then get rid of the shit badge. Ducks don't need to see a badge to eat. Have a badge in here. This is where you want to have your badge and have some honor. Make a ham and egger. A ham and egger step for $1. No, because that's where they'll all be going. I won't get no jobbers. I'll get all ham and eggers in honor of Bobby Heenan. That's what I'll get. Man, most of you got a badge. Paul RJ. Paul. I know you ain't got an iPhone. Come on, Paul. Get a stinking badge down in Australia. It's $2.99. Now, it might convert to like $35. I don't know. I forget what the conversion rate is. Sean not only has a badge, but donated $78. So thank you very much for your donation today. You saved the day, or you saved yesterday. You saved one of them. So we appreciate that. Hopefully those other 30 million checks come in soon. Thank you to the Big Zach for being a member tonight. And hell, even I just want to see the badge, even if it's jobber status. We appreciate those. And we had the Michael Ryder donation. King's on a roll tonight. Well, it's good to be back on YouTube. No doubt about that. And this was back when Nico didn't have a badge. He called the future endeavors of Pesci. He was wrong. Pesci's fine. No future endeavors yet. But this cheap little bitch right here, this is the one of the cheapest little bitches you ever saw in your life. Zach told me what a cheap little bitch you are. Zach, by the way, wrote me last night, and I wasn't in the best of moods anyway. And then he wrote me, I was tired. I wasn't in the best of moods. And I don't get in a bad mood. But when my people get fucked out of money, that pisses me off. And he wanted to buy me 4 for $4 at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. He thought $4 was going to get him in my house. And I said, nah, mama, no. No, mama, no. 4 for $4 from Wendy's is not going to get you in his house. It might get you in somebody's house, but it ain't going to get you in mine. And I think he's got a badge, by the way. Lacefield, you do not have a badge. I know you sock money under your bed left and right. God knows you ain't spending any of it. So you're on 24-hour alert. You got to get a badge. You and the sheriff. Figure it out. Don't make me mad. Do these fucking shows for free and you don't even get a badge. Ohio man, we'll have Pesci work with you and we're going to have Pesci help you figure out how to get a badge. $2.99 a month. If these shows ain't worth $2.99 a month, quit watching them. David, you have a badge, so I'm going to cut you some slack. See, I know that you have a badge on YouTube. You're a main eventer, I think. I think you're a main eventer. I like the new Inner Circle on AEW. We'll talk to Chris about it. He knows more about that shit than I do. Ian has got more excuses than he's got hair, so we'll work on that. All Filipinos are exempt from getting badges. No problem there. Nice profile picture, Jennifer. Hopefully everything's going well. Mango Jennifer. Don't want to confuse your Jennifers. Ian, Brandon, Paul. Okay, I think we've called out everybody that doesn't have a badge tonight. See, that was back when Nico didn't have a badge. He's got one now. So we have new comments, so let's get back down to those. Oh, we have Dumb Fuck Down Under. Oh, and Mountain Timer. Mountain Timer, thanks for the chat this morning. You're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But back to what Chris said. So I guess you guys are going to get a few more minutes after all. We did pick up another $15 in donations. So I'll go to 9:30. If you want me to. If y'all want me to get off here, just say so and I'll end it now. I do what the people ask me to do. You should do a donate to get the sheriff's badge. Because somebody help Sheriff out. Even Harper in West Virginia is taking pity on him. What did Dumb Fuck Down Under say? And now the donations are coming in. Well, there's a couple. I missed a couple. Okay, there's $4.99. Thanks for the chat this morning. You're welcome. I saw that one. Pesci in there. Dumb fuck with it. Oh, you motherfuckers. Pile in like that late. All right. King's back. All right, I'll stay till 9:35. We did pick up. I held y'all ransom. Like Matt Gates. Like Matt Gates' daddy. Matt Gates, you know what, Mr. Gates? If you'll send us $24 million, we'll make all the heat on your son go away. You know, the sex trafficking that he's doing and the banging of 17-year-old girls across state lines, all that shit that your son's doing. I tell you what we'll do. If you send us $24 million, oh, you ain't got 24 in cash? Well, can you put $4.5 million down? We can do that. All right, well, if you'll send me $4.5 million, we won't show the nude pictures that your son shows on the Congress halls. And in Congress itself, he shows nude pictures of underage girls. Well, we don't know they're underage, but there's a lot of people thinking he's been with some underage girls. There's somebody that apparently that he took to Tucker Carlson's house that he tried to say was of age, but he was then with this guy that's in prison, just got out of prison, but now he's back. And 10 pounds heavier because he was mass producing fake IDs. And Matt Gates was in on it with him, apparently. That Matt Gates had a big request for lots of fake IDs. And apparently he was seeing lots of underage girls, allegedly. Pretty goddamn good chance of it because the FBI has been up his ass for 6 months and they haven't called off the search yet. So they found something. And they found somebody. And they're pretty damn sure that he is trafficking underage girls, among other things, paying for prostitutes on taxpayer dollars. Taxpayers love that when you do that. Republicans don't mind. They don't give a shit. They're happy to be in on that shit. What we got here? We need a bowling top 10 Westerns of all time. I'll have to think on that. Who knows who my number one is? I bet people in here know the one. I think people know the two. And I think people probably know the three. Yeah, he offered me a 4 for 4. Brandon, get a goddamn badge. I'm in here till 9:35. You got 15. I gave him 24 hours to give it. You got 15 minutes to get a badge. $2.99 a month. If you ain't entertained by me for $2.99, you can block me tonight. Oh, Westerns, not series. Okay. Well, fuck. Tombstone. Rifleman is my number one series because they never had a bad show. It's only 30 minutes. If you're watching commercial free, it's 23, 24 minutes. It's an easy watch. Good story on every show. Sometimes these sour shows can drag on, but if you watch them commercial free, they're 43, 44 minutes, 47 at best. A few dollars more ain't bad. Speaking of a few dollars more, I have apparently depleted Randall Harper. I have just cleaned out his bank account. His kids are not eating anymore. They have no clothes. They're selling their shoes, but we certainly appreciate the donation. Let's see here. Number one series. We'll do a top 5 series. Number one, we got about 15 minutes. Number 1, Rifleman. Number 2, Gunsmoke. But not all Gunsmoke episodes were good. Number 3, Bonanza. Not all Bonanza episodes were good. Every single episode of The Rifleman was great. I found something good in almost every single episode of Walking Dead except last week. It didn't bring me much to the table. Some of you might have liked it. It focused a lot on Carol and Daryl, and I just wasn't into it. I told Chris, I said, I finally saw one that I will never bother to watch again. Whenever I binge watch, this one won't make the list. I just wasn't that much into it. So 1, Rifleman, 2, Gunsmoke, 3, Bonanza, 4, the only 90-minute Western on a weekly series of all time. Does anybody know what it is? I love Negan. I love Billy Zane. I do. Not in a gay way. Hop Sing. I worked his name into a couple. I worked in Hop Sing's name on an interview with Jimmy once that cracked him up. That I was tying. I done forgot the storyline I was tying, but it was basically the racism that the Cartwrights had done about how they treated Hop Sing, and that whenever there was an issue, that the Indians would seek revenge on Hop Sing. And I was taking the side of the Indians versus poor little Hop Sing. And I'd have to go back and see that interview again. You love the Negan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anything Negan's in, there's no way to see a bad episode of Negan. I wrote him on Twitter the other day. He hadn't written me back yet. He's only got 900,000 followers. He's only got 880 more than I got. So I'm not impressed. I stopped watching Walking Dead. Too much gore. Oh, Jesus Christ. How can you watch something called The Walking fucking Dead and not think there's going to be gore? I tell you what, let me give you the show you'll like. Watch High School Zombies. Number 1, you don't see the zombies until hour and 27 minutes in, something like that. It is the worst motherfucking movie I've ever seen, with maybe the worst finish I've ever seen. So I think it's called High School Zombies. I'm sure it's still saved on my YouTube, but it's fucking horrible. Too much gore. Walking Dead. Go fucking figure. Too much gore in a show called The Walking Dead. I'm blown away that you would think that. Had to stop watching Walking Dead when Herschel and the governor died in the same episode. Well, shit happens. It's the fucking Walking Dead, Braden. Shit happens. They started the show letting you know that no character's safe. Apparently, except for Carol and Daryl. Might be one other. I don't know. I think that's about it. And there, did I see your donation? I did not. Or did you do the $2.99? Was that you? Let me scroll back. I miss shit sometimes. Randall got in $1.50. Got Randall taken care of. Dumbfuck did $5. Or you are. Yeah, I got you in. Was Moo's alter ego Chocodile Doggy Style? Oh, I'm starting to think you're Maya. She's the only one other one that knows that name. God, that's hard to say. They hated each other when they first met each other. It took them a while to become friends. Moo and Chocodile. Chocodile attacked Moo many times. I had to pull her and pry her jaws off Moo Cow. Scooby didn't really like Chocodile too well at first, and then after a month or two, they started getting along. Now they're best buddies. They sleep with each other when she comes down here. They play with each other, and they slam those paws and get all excited. They eat biscuits together. I quit watching when Abraham died. That's your checkout point, Abraham. That you lost it over that. I didn't give a fuck about Abraham. He died in episode 1 for all I gave a shit. Let me figure out how to get it back. Well, it ain't hard. You click join and you pick a tier. It ain't that fucking hard. So I did see your donation, Nico. Thank you much. I did see it. And what would Megan have to say? It was really well done. You got to see how evolved into the bat-wielding villain. Yeah. Are you talking about what aired this week? Because I haven't seen the season finale yet for season 10. Season 11 is going to be later in the fall, I believe. Fear the Walking Dead's coming back. I hear people shitting all over Fear, but I love Morgan. If Morgan's on, I'm watching it. I like the new girl they're feuding with. As y'all know, I can't think of anybody's names, but Virginia. Virginia is a good fucking heel. Virginia is very good. What did dumb fuck do? We need an appearance from Two Cow and the Snow Dog. Well, there is an appearance. There's Scooby, and Two Cow is laying right back. Two Cow the Snow Dog. He's laying there. He's not totally on camera. They're sleeping. Let them be, man. They're being good dogs. Sheriff, you have people don't, but you see, we appreciate it, but the sheriff still doesn't have a badge. It embarrasses me when people pop in here without a badge. It tells me we don't care enough about your show to even pay $2.99 a month, where I try to get you all to donate an average of $2 a show. Some of you do much, much more. Randall Harper does much, much more. Michael Ryder does much, much more. And forgive me if I forget some names. Cody, South Dakota does much, much more. There's others. Dumb fuck. Oh, we can't leave dumb fuck out. He leaves. Well, he's a dumb fuck. He don't know any better. He leaves much, much more. And Megan has donated, and she carries a badge. Have you ever watched Dragnet? My name's Friday. I carry a badge. There you go. That's all you need to know. It's got a fucking badge. Deep undercover. Oh, what the fuck? AMC was down today by the dip? Really? I didn't know that. Hadn't heard that. I haven't tried to get into AMC today. I did click AMC and it came up. My Fire Stick took some new upgrade and a new interface, and they have a new look and all that shit. So I took my upgrade today, and not bad. I didn't think it was dramatically improved over the old one, but not bad. And so I clicked AMC to see if everything was working, and it reset my MLB. So I had to get someone else's password to make my MLB work again. And then I get a fucking what do you call it? The thing that hides your internet server. Well, y'all know what it is. Well, I got one of those, and it didn't hide. It says I live in Dallas, and it should give me Cincinnati Reds games, but it didn't do it. AMC's down under. They're about to sell more stock. They're not. That is bogus. That is a bogus report. That came out on CNBC because CNBC's wanting everybody to sell out. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's holding, and now they're pissed more than ever. There are not more shares. That was bogusly put out by CSNBC. That was shot down immediately by those in the know, and Christopher is one of those in the know, and they're all a VPN. There you go. And but it didn't work. It didn't work for MLB, and it didn't work for YouTube. Still knows where I'm at, so it didn't do shit for me. But no, they are not selling more. They were down some today, but we got in real cheap. We got in, I think at under $6 when we got in, and so we're still good. And but better days are coming, according to the experts. Can I call into the show? No, because I'm not going to be here that much longer. Another day you can call into the show, because I'm not going to be here but 5 more minutes. And then you can call into the show next time we're taking calls. We'll let you do that. But no, there will be no selling off of stock in it because there's just not any to sell. They're claiming they came up with 60 million more shares or something, and it's bullshit. CNBC reported it, and it was immediately shot down by experts in the know, just almost no sooner than it happened. And they're laughing at CNBC because why does CNBC and all these other hedge funds are so concerned about us losing money? Why would they give a fuck? They would want us to, oh, y'all better sell. You're going to lose everything. Yeah, sure we are. No one ever fucking gave a fuck. So now we're holding. All the smart people are holding. There's people in there with millions and millions of dollars in it, and they're holding. So we're going to do what they do. The minute we see them selling, we'll sell. But I'll still make money. So I'm good either way. No, you're not going to buy a long-term on AMC because Scaramucci and Mark Cuban said that's the dumbest thing you can do. So it's a good thing you're talking to me today. Long-term is not the way to go with AMC. That is a short-term deal. Long-term would be your Bitcoin. Long-term would be some of those other things like Bitcoin. AMC and GameStop are not long-term investments. Those are short-term. Mooch and Cuban both said that to me, along with a couple of other very well-educated people in the field. I will listen to them. So, but no, that's not where you want to go long term. But it is a steal under $10 a share. The even any bullshit rate would be about $33 a share for them, which about triples your money at this point. The best I have been so far was tripled what we had in it. But everything is going almost exactly right now the way it did with GameStop. And there's one guy that had $4,000 in GameStop, and he got up to 1.5 million. And if he's the same guy, he actually got up to 10 million, but had to sell out for 6 million. And that was on a $4,000 investment. So we're feeling pretty good about what we're doing. Long term for me as a short term is the summer. Well, but that's not long term. Long term is years and years. Short term is under a year. And so don't try and backtalk your way out of it. God damn it. Just listen to me. Or don't. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 friends that have invested into AMC since talking to me and Chris and knowing the advice we got from Cuban and Scaramucci. And I think one of them lost $120 one day and another one lost like $40. And they were fucking panicking. I said, well, sell. If you don't feel good about it, sell. We're buying more. So do what you want. Let's go Mets. Well, I'm not there yet. Not watching that. But 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes to go. I got some business I got to take care of. So we got 3 more minutes. If you got any questions, let's get them in now. AMC CEO has asked for approval to sell another. No, he has not. That is not true. That is not true. Because they don't have that many to sell. And that is not remotely true. You're listening to CNBC, and CNBC's lying because they're run by hedge funds. So once again, you're in here with false information. I know you think you're smart. I know you think you're a college kid. Thinks he knows everything, but you don't. They are not going to be selling 500 million more shares. They were postponed, King. Well, at least they didn't lose. At least they didn't lose. They did better than my Reds did today. You have a good one, Timmy Lee. Thank you for watching the show. We're going to be meeting for those that want to come. Big Ben's Barbecue is having myself, JJR Wood, the Prince, and a player to be named later. We invited Timmy Lee because he kind of made all this happen, but he can't come. Over to Big Ben's Barbecue. I think we're going to have Brian over. Maybe. We'll see. Depends if he's off work, like he works. But we're going to be meeting over at Big Ben's Barbecue on probably the first 1 or 2 warm days next week that it's in the 70s over across the river. And let's see here. No fake news here. Yeah, the day you two act like you fucking know more than me is the day y'all better fucking pack your bags and get out of fucking town, you dumb fucks. Let's see here. You should do an investment. No, I shouldn't, because I'm not the expert. I listen to the experts. Like with anything else I get involved in. I don't like the fucking Dr. Fauci. I listen to fucking experts. I don't listen to fucking politicians that have a name in the game. So you all do what you want. I'm hanging tight, and if I lose my money, matter of fact, I can't lose because I got in at a pretty good rate. But all right, King, it's 9:34. We got 1 minute left. All right, King, I'll come get barbecue with you. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. I kind of like Scooby a little bit because he's being a good boy tonight. Look at him. Look at that little angel. He's just like a sweet little baby. Just makes me want to go over and kiss him right in his big snoot. He loves that. That's what he does to Tuco all the time. So we have reached right at the 9:35 hour. Hung around an extra 35 minutes for you guys. Thank you so much for the donation. Special shout out to Sean, who donated, I think, over $80 today before he was done. So thank you very much for that. Thank you to the dumb fuck down under. Always comes through for us. You can always count on the dumb fuck. You know he's going to be there for you. And let's see here. I told Chris that there would be two stupid fucks that would come in here tonight panicking over this share sell. And we both knew who it was going to be. The 2 fucking know-it-alls. Think they fucking know everything. If you got any, sell yours. We're hanging on to ours. You do what you want. The day Scaramucci or Cuban tells us to sell, we'll sell. But until then, we're hanging in there. Oh, and there we go. That's the show. 9:35 p.m. I will be back here tomorrow night, Friday night, with Tim Brando from CBS Sports, various other sports. Thank you guys for the donations. Lots of small ones, but the small ones add up. A big one out of my friend Sean. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And do a show on your own channel, Pesci. Well, he's welcome to do that. I don't own the guy. And somebody was in here wanting me to start a network like Russo. I don't want to do that. I don't want a bunch of fucking jobbers in here doing shit shows to where you just wait for me to come and fucking do a show. None of y'all fucking know how to do this. If you did, you'd be doing your own. Talking some shit on you now, ain't I? I dare any of you to do 31-hour shows in a row and try to even be remotely fucking entertaining. I dare you. I dare you. Dumb fuck won't do it because he's down under. He's dumb. He don't know. I don't know why Dumb Fuck Down Under has that profile picture though. I don't know about that right there. I got to think on that one. And now Pesci should. If Pesci wants to get his own show, I'll help promote it. I have no problem with that. If Pesci can make some money doing his own show, he's always welcome here. If the house goes down to 16 again, Pesci won't be welcome back no more. But no, Pesci, it wasn't Pesci's fault last night. And we still have to have Pesci on to do the prison story. So we'll see how bad you guys want Pesci on. If I see $80 in donations, that would be 4 of you to make a $20 donation. If 4 of you, and these are for the Philippines, memberships are mine. Donations are for the Filipino flood victims in Louisville homeless. So this ain't for me. This is for the people. If I see, I'll hang around 3 more minutes. If I see 4 $20 donations, I will send Pesci a join link and he can tell the prison story, which hopefully won't take more than 45 minutes. So if I see $80 in donations and you got 3 minutes, if I see 4 $20 donations or one person wants to do 80 or whatever, no, I ain't going to fucking 10 o'clock. I'm going to go I'll go 45 more minutes. If I see $80 in donations, that's 420. So y'all huddle up and see who's got it. Well, Pesci doesn't have time. Way to pussy out, Pesci. You come in here and you bring the numbers down last night. You give us half a fucking house. I give you a chance to redeem yourself. It's 9:37 at night. There's no way you're fucking selling cars. Don't you bullshit me. You must be in a back alley somewhere. Well, I can't say that or you'll go back to prison for the 3rd time. So I can't make that accusation. I can't bury you like that. But I tell you what, Pesci, we're going to have to set up the day. Don't you ouch. Don't ouch. I'm just telling him what he needs to hear. I gave him a chance to redeem himself. It's not that long a story. My God. How much time you need, Pesci? I got all day. How much time you need, Pesh? Tell me how much time you need. And I'll give you the time. And we'll do the show. Don't make me mad, Pesci! I just woke Chris up. No, he ain't asleep yet. Chris is probably wondering what the hell's going on down here. I'll tell you that. Well, y'all can chant Pesci all you want. Pesci ain't coming. He ain't got time. He doesn't have time for y'all. Oh, I can come on here 30 days in a row and do an average of 2.8 hours a show. More than that, probably. But Pesci ain't got time. He's busy. He's got car deal going on, maybe some other deal going on. And Pesci ain't got time. Well, Pesci, you tell me when you got time. No, too late. Nope. Too late. No, I don't have to stay longer. I don't have to stay longer because the deal was $80. Have you got 4 more people in here? Or 3 more? You got 3 more people going to donate $20? I don't think so. Because Pesci ain't going to come. I'd have to stay here by myself and entertain y'all by myself. Maybe yell at Pesci or the ghost of Pesci or maybe Pesci down under. I might have to yell at that Pesci. We know that Pesci's pretty fucking stupid. I cannot believe someone 20. Well, they did. Dumb fuck believes in you, Pesci. Dumb fuck believes in you. Don't look like anybody else does, though. No time for his fans. Oh, shit, the sheriff's giving you shit now. Sheriff ain't got a badge either, by the way. Oh, boy. Yeah, no show Joe, they're calling you. I don't know about that. Let me check. Let me see what's in PayPal. If we had $60 in PayPal donations, I'll stay a little bit longer. I bet we didn't. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, That's just my paycheck. I thought we had a real big donation. That's the second time I've been fooled that my paycheck I thought was a big donation. Nope, no, it does not appear to be anything else in there from PayPal other than, yep, Sean. And Pesci. Pesci sent a little bit more. Pesci's a good man. Tired of all the bad talk about Pesci. Why y'all in here talking shit on Pesci? No, we ain't got no 80. My paycheck don't count. $80 now. No, there's no 80. I'm not counting my fucking paycheck. Pesci says he'll do it. Well, as soon as I see $60 more, then I'll let Oh, Harper, you fuckhead. What are you doing to me, Harper? God damn it. All right, so there's 40, 20. Was there another? Oh, shit. Fuck. Well, there's 80, Pesci. I don't guess you have any choice now. God damn it. You motherfuckers. I hate all of you. Thought I was out of here. Thought I was going to go make me another fish sandwich. Let me get it. I guess we're going to be here a while. Thank you. Fuckers. I don't get that money till the 21st. I got to wait 21 or 22 more days for that. Let's see here. Clipboard. All right, let me clip that. There we go. Let me go find Pesci. Pesci, go to Twitter. Go to Twitter, Pesci. You're getting your exclusive invite. We're going to tell the prison story tonight. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you the join link. And then, do I have anything to drink? Yeah, shit, I haven't drank anything tonight. Give me a second. Let me get a drink. Progressive's advertising to me. Dumb fuck down under. Do you have any way to count up what the donations are tonight? Counting Sean's 80. Sean donated 80. Let me find my Twitter account. I've already found my Twitter account, so we've done that. We're ahead of the game. Let me post that Pesci is getting ready to come on and tell the prison story. Let's see if we can boost the house tonight. I think we were pushing around 50 people in here. All right. Hang on, Pesci. Hang on, Pesci. Y'all just entertain yourselves for a while. I type real slow. See, when I don't have speech to text, I'm fucked. Y'all just entertain yourselves. I'm right here. I'm trying to get the Twitter folks to come in. I'm going to say Pesci's going to be here in 5 minutes or less. Now, I hope we didn't bring Pesci under here under false pretense. He said he didn't have the time, and y'all paid the money anyway. Pesci could just say, fuck you guys, and bowl and keep the money. He could say that. All right, I'm trying to draw the Pesci crowd. All right. All righty, let me cut and copy that so we can throw that over on Facebook. Uh-oh. Got to go back and get the copy link again. I fucked up. All right, let me get the Facebook first. Then Pesci, your join link is coming pretty soon. I got to go to Facebook and post that you're coming on. I'm giving you every chance to draw a house. Every chance. But we're going to hear the story regardless because people paid for it. So hang in there. There we go. Now I got to go back, click the join link again. So bear with me. Did it post? All right. Just click the join link one more time. Kenny, I don't know about that. You got in at a good time, though. They paid $80 to get Pesci in here. Way to go, Harper. Harper just stepping up. And, well, I guess him and my boy, Dumb Fuck Down Under, they did 40 apiece to get this story. They must really want to hear this damn story. So, yeah. Got to give the people what they want, Pesci, right? Oh, my God. Matt Gaetz. What a bitch. What a little bitch. Matt Gaetz, big child molester. Sex track. Okay, there we go. And Pesci. All right, Pesci, you now have your join link. We will wait for you to join us. Let me get out of Facebook. Let me get out of Twitter. We need all the bandwidth for this story we can get. There we go. Randall Harper. What? Yeah. Well, well, why are you shitting on? Why are you shitting on the dumb fuck down under? Dumb fuck down under donated more than that all night. He donated about 50 or 60. Nico wants to pile in. Pesci, this is your time to draw. All right. Well, now we've dropped quite a bit. But I'm going to let you pick up from here. We had 36 people in the room right now. We had dropped from 60 some odd earlier. I think just the thought that Pesci was coming in made 30 people go. No, we did. We were dropping a little bit because people thought I was leaving.
Wait a minute, King. People thought you were leaving. You're going to blame that on me.
People thought I was leaving.
I got to say, those guys that donated that money, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, is that great or what? Got you off the hook.
You know, and whether I drove.
What screen do we go with, Pesci? Do we do this or do we do the widescreen? This is your show now.
I like the widescreen because
I kind of like the wide. Makes my head less bigger.
It gets broad. It gets a screen in there. It gets everything in there. Hey, shout out to the people that donated out there.
Wow, is that big time or what? And Pesci's back in here for.
Oh, sorry about the backward shirt. I was. There's a long story behind that.
Well, we ain't got time for the backward shirt story. We got two prison stories we got to get in here.
Well, tonight. What's crazy is the prison story. Like I told you, King once asked me, "How do you go to prison twice?" And I said, "That's a good question."
Repeat offender. I know how. I mean, I know how you do it.
Well, no, you said, "How do you go to prison twice?" And I said, "That's a good question."
Maybe I did.
All right. So well, you let me know when you're ready.
We got $85 in here right now. Wants to hear your story.
All right, ready?
And now my dinner's delayed. I should have a Coke.
You're the one that brought me in. I was ready for bed. I got backward shirts on. I mean,
well, you're the one that angered the crowd. You said, "Well, I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't doing it." You know, fuck you. I got
this ready. Oh, well, I did have time. It's a long story, but you want me? I'll start on it. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right,
everybody's been warned. There have been links sent to Twitter and Facebook. When we brought you in, we have 30
seconds. You learn a lot from this story. I'm being serious.
Well, I might.
It's a story about me being a loser. Now, I'm not going to look good in this story.
Well, okay. Well,
I'll at least tell it.
I figured going to prison twice wasn't going to make you look like it. We're up one. We gained one. Go ahead.
Bottom line was, when I was growing up, I was a very nerdy kid. I didn't have a lot of friends. I was chubby. I was loud. I was obnoxious.
Sounds like telling my story.
You know, but it leads a little different way. So when I got to high school, the thought of a guy like me selling weed or being a popular kid was probably the last thing, on earth that could ever happen. Like I was, kid that collected toys.
Time out. I'm giving you all the help I can. We're up to everybody in here. We know we lost some people that thought the show was over. Find those assholes, get them back in here, and invite one or two people. I want Pesci to have as big a house as he can get.
I did invite people I know, but I didn't have time. So.
Well, do you want to invite some people now? I'll give you
because then it's going to get all crowded. Just let me do this, and I'll let people watch.
I'm all for a big crowd. I got no problem.
I wanted to show that. The reason why I was going to do this is because I wanted my mother to actually know this story because I've never told her in person.
Well, it's going to be recorded. We can play it for her. So
my apologies for the backward shirt, but anyway,
everybody invite somebody here to hear Pesci's story. At least one or two people. That includes the sheriff. That includes Mountain Timer. Everybody invite somebody to hear Pesci's story. It's an educational tearjerker that we're about to hear here.
Well, I mean, you'll learn. The story's about me being a loser, but you'll learn some things. Like what goes through the
We're all
head
about learning.
All right. Well, anyway, so fast forward to the high school part. So the thought of me doing anything cool in school was probably the last thing that could ever happen. Mm-hmm. I met this guy along the way that kind of messed with weed, but he messed with weed at like a different level, meaning kids at our school didn't have a chance to get the weed this guy had. So long story short, I started messing with this guy. Now I'm probably the most popular nerd at the school at this time. I wasn't the prom king. I was more of a loser. So I used to go home every night. I lived at my parents. My parents raised me right. They never raised no bad guy. So I just was a guy that always liked reaction, like people smiling or people trying to reach out or whatever it was. So I started selling weed. And the thing was, it kind of took off in a way I would have never expected. Here I am, this biggest loser, not around girls, not around cool kids. Before you know it, the kid that they're screaming at in the hall to scream a bad name at, they're asking for weed, or they're bringing in these little circles I wasn't in. And to be honest, I kind of got addicted to like that life, just being around people I wasn't around, going to parties I would never be allowed to go to. And before you know it, like I said, my parents wanted me to go to broadcasting school. They paid for me to go to broadcasting school. But during that school, my weed sales took off to a point where I was making money between me doing the cameos and me, Pesci, selling weed and other items I won't get into.
Now, first of all, how old were you when you were doing the Pesci?
21. I'm 38 now.
38.
I was 21. I came off having terrible high school, meaning I barely graduated.
What year did you start selling the weed?
I was, see, what's funny is I did so many grades twice. I want to say 98 was the beginning of me kind of selling weed. But it wasn't just selling weed. It was like, this kid's this kid's not,
And by the way, the Kroger meat opportunity was long gone by 98. There was no more opportunity.
People used to ask me why I listen to rap music. They'd be like, you don't do anything that they rap about or this or that. And I never really took it like that.
Your biggest fan is back. Someone messaged her. She'd gone to bed and she got out of bed to come and be with Pesci.
Well, I appreciate it. Shout out to the donation, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So in this broadcasting school, this is where this is a learning point. So everybody listen right here.
We're up 4 people, Pesci.
Here's the learning point. So I'm at school. I'm told by broadcast guys that are in
We're up 8 people. It's growing.
Well, let me get on, King. You can talk to numbers there. So I'm broke. I'm in broadcasting school. I'm making money on the side, but then a broadcasting teacher walk up to me. They say they're broadcasters. They're like, listen, you're on point to get a job in this business at a very high level, but you're going to have to learn to stop like shitting on people or showing people you're better, even though that you're better, and start humbling yourself. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I didn't listen to this guy. It's one of my biggest regrets ever.
Who was the guy that gave you this advice you didn't listen to?
You know what? I'm trying to think of his, it was Brian. I'm trying to think. It was a guy that had a lisp. And the reason why he wasn't in sports broadcasting was because his lisp was, he had a lisp. Yeah. And he was saying, I wish I had your voice. If I didn't have this lisp and had your voice, I'd be in the business.
Tough business with a lisp.
I can't think of the guy's name. I'll tell you on another day. But I'll get that name for you.
Name. He knows who he is.
It's documented. This is Ohio Center Broadcasting.
Gotcha.
So graduation comes. I almost told a little bit of the story on the first video we ever did. When graduation video came, I was working at Applebee's at the time as a server. My parents saw I graduated. After you graduate, you go into job placement. I sold a drug to a guy that wasn't weed. It was cocaine. Okay. To a guy that worked at Applebee's. He fell off the wagon. I didn't know what the fuck a wagon was because I'm 21. He's 38, older guy.
Right.
So this guy fell off the wagon. I walked into the job basically, and this guy's girlfriend was looking at me in a funny way. And all the other people were looking at me in a funny way. Obviously, I did something wrong. I didn't even realize what I did. Yeah. And they actually fired me that day.
Wow.
For not even, they didn't even have a reason. They wanted me out of there as soon as they found out I was a drug dealer. And this guy that was sober for so long, and I didn't know that. I get to tell a 21-year-old kid not to sell to a guy in his 30s. I don't know what addiction is that serious. I didn't have a problem like that. Yeah. I had more of a problem with the money. So I did that. I got fired. I lived with my parents at the time. They paid for my broadcasting school. Mm-hmm. Now, one of my biggest problems in life was telling my stepdad, which I hope he gets to see this, was I don't know how to tell him about my problems, like the stuff I would do wrong. I would chicken out. Like what I'm telling you about, this is the stuff that I would pussy out in front of him. I'm not afraid to say it now. I was a fucking loser at the time. Right. I was on my way to be a broadcaster. But my thing is, they want you to do in broadcasting. So when I'm supposed to go home that night, I got to tell my dad, I got fired and I sold coke.
I don't know what sports you know the most about, but you would have been an amazing color man. Maybe not play-by-play,
And that's what
You
I
would have
wanted
been
to
an
do.
amazing color man. Basketball, baseball, football. You would have been a great color guy if you knew anything about the sport.
Oh, I know everything about
And
sports.
even wrestling. I mean, what to go to Joe Pesci? My God, yeah.
I got to throw gambling in there. When I was at broadcasting school, I was gambling at sports at such a high degree that it really was blinding me at stuff. So this would happen at the end of broadcasting school. I got fired from Applebee's. I'm supposed to take an internship at a very low level because you got to start from the bottom, work your way to the top. My dumb ass doesn't even go home that night. I get fired. I literally went to my drug dealer, grabbed a bunch of drugs, went to Kent and played poker. Kent University.
Kent State University, Fort Dead in Ohio. Very familiar with it.
This is one of my biggest regrets.
That's where Dolph Ziggler went to school.
I never had the balls to face my parents after this. I literally went to Kent. I didn't even call my dad. I let my mom know, but I didn't even know how to tell my dad, Dad, I got fired. I literally went to Kent, and I never even looked into the job place.
Now, did you tell me it was Applebee's?
It was Applebee's. I used to love
the Prince was fired from Applebee's as well because he wasn't very good.
Wow, there's another sign. I told you, Ken.
Another sign.
Signs every day.
Signs every day.
We see them every day.
Every day.
But anyway, I got fired from there. I'm making more money at the time. Not even making money like good money. I'm making more money compared to I was when I was at my parents' house.
Yeah.
My dad used to make me work for my money. I wasn't spoiled.
Right.
Everything was A, B, and C.
I had a gambling problem. You had to earn what you got.
I loved collecting like collectibles like you see behind me.
I see that, yeah.
And I liked the weed money. I didn't have a problem with the usage of drugs. I might have used them, but I never did more than I was supposed to. So I disappeared for a month. So basically what happens is...
When you say you disappeared, where'd you go?
I went to Kent. I literally played at poker. Listen, if you go to Kent State back then, this is before Uber and all this weird shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 05 and 01, 04. I don't know. Somewhere around the
you were playing poker the other night. How did that go? Up or down? Give me a number up or down.
I won 38, gave you 7. Last night I won $200 at the end. I was down 100. I kind of did a little con and drove somebody in, made him think I was weak-handed, got him in, won $210.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, man.
The reason why I said I was busy tonight because I was playing poker on the internet with my Jewish buddies, but I told them the king wanted me on the show and they started donating, so I'm here.
There you go.
Let me take you to the prison part.
All right.
So basically, I did all that shit at Kent. Before you know it, I'm too ashamed. 2 months go by. I've been playing poker, selling weed on campus. I don't even go to the school. I'm having the time of my life. I'm sleeping with random women. And I mean, this stuff I'd never done before. So to me, it was cool, but it's actually a loser way of thinking.
Right.
You know, I never thought that. I understand now. I was thinking like a loser, and I should have just went home and told my dad what I did. I didn't want my dad to think I was fucking hooked on coke, which was far from the fucking case. And so before you know it, I'm not even at home anymore. A kid that stayed at his home his whole life did kind of like, you know, not what his parents was said for him to do, but I just was always around. I wasn't.
But they thought you were doing what you wanted them to do, or what they wanted you to do.
Yeah.
I got
So this is how I go to prison for my first time. I meet somebody. I'm living this crazy life. I don't even know who I am anymore. Like I said, I'm listening to music. And
how much you making a month are you allowed to say?
I don't even know, because you don't even know when you're doing that.
You're not tracking it, I guess. Yeah.
Only a good guy would pay it. Like somebody that knows what they're doing would pay attention to that. Bro, I was spending money on beer for people. I was always the guy that liked to have like big groups of parties. Like, hey, get everybody in here.
As long as you had the money, you had the big groups. And when the money went away, the people went away. Like,
right? I'm going to tell you how weed became my guardian angel. That's why this story's great.
Okay.
So
all right.
This is how I got set up. And this is when you learn something. They call selling drugs the game, Kenny. I don't know why. That's what they call it. They call it the game. Makes a lot of sense.
I'm learning with you, buddy. I'm learning with you.
So I meet somebody I'm selling drugs to, and I slip my number to the other guy, which is kind of known as kind of a sneaky and shady thing to do in the drug world. And I start selling drugs to this other kid. This kid gets caught. He sets me up with the wire. Thank God. And I'll tell you what the amount
Set
and everything.
you up with the wire. That's going on with Matt Gaetz right now. But go ahead.
And what's sad is the amount of weed he set me up for today in Ohio would be a fine. That's why my story is tragic.
Yeah,
it really is.
Times have changed. Yeah,
it's tragic and it's pathetic, but it's more tragic. I don't know how to look at that. But look, so this kid sets me up. I am only selling him a half pound of weed, which was a regular weed, which was the equivalent to, let's see, I was selling it to him for, it was like $900. So this kid set me up to where he got in trouble for shit that he wouldn't even have went to prison for.
right.
Once they set you up, it becomes drug trafficking, Kenny.
Yeah, exactly.
Meaning it's bigger than the drug.
Not like sex trafficking, like Matt Gaetz is involved in, but drug trafficking, two different things.
My apologies if I'm screaming. I just know how.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You can scream if you want. Go right ahead.
So he sets me up for that amount. I'm with a chick on the side of me at the time. They take my van. Not only do they charge me for the weed, they give you a felony just for the telephone.
So they impounded your vehicle. I'm sure they took your phone.
The state of Ohio goes like this. If you're selling drugs in a vehicle, that vehicle is impounded until the person whose vehicle the name is in comes and gets it. In that case, it was in my name. I was not a car dealer then.
Dumb fuck down under seems to know a little something about this. Did you have over 8 ounces of weed that was sold? $900 sounds like over 8 ounces to me.
I said a half pound. You said 8 ounces. It was a little bit over. It was enough to get me in the felony.
Just enough to set you up. I got you.
So I go to prison. Here's what's crazy about a guy.
What's the name of the guy that sets you up? Give me a first name.
His name was John. And you know what's funny is it's so long ago. How can I not even remember his last name?
Oh, I know the girl. I remember that fucking name.
Sarah Hill was the name of the girl that set me up the second time. But see, this John guy, me and him weren't really friends, King. You got to remember, as a kid, I started selling drugs too. And I don't always do like a first name, last name with everybody.
Well, of course. Yeah, I got you.
You know, it wasn't like, and this is before Facebook. So you didn't always have everybody's freaking name in front of you. I think maybe MySpace was floating around and I wasn't really ever.
That was a big deal on MySpace, probably bigger than Facebook, to be honest with you.
So in my county, like I told you, King, in Ohio, they build prisons, meaning there's so many prisons up here. It's like a goddamn money host.
It is.
You'll end up in prison with guys that you're like, damn, you're in prison. Like half the time, you'll realize that they're sending guys down there because they make a certain amount of money from every inmate. You would hear the guards talk about it. Oh, they got too many fucking people in here. There goes another 75,000. There goes another 150,000. Then they had, guys. I get to prison. I remember, people would think I was a little bit nervous. But before I rode to prison, this guy told me, he goes, listen.
Well, how long from the time they arrested you till they sent you to prison?
It was about a year because what happens is your lawyer. Well, my lawyer.
Are you on parole or are you in jail?
No, I'll tell you. I'll get to that, Ken. I promise I'll get to the parole part.
Well, I'm a professional interviewer. I got to fill in the gaps.
That's why, that's going to get there. Hold on. So look, you go to prison. After you get busted, it's about a year. My lawyer made it go a year, meaning he moves some court dates around and helps you get your shit together when you know you're going to prison.
Right.
So I go to prison. Now, around the time I went to prison, I remember you had a lot of guys saying, hey, you're going to get fucked with down there. Your voice is going to get you in trouble. Now, people referred to me as Pesci, but not like that. I stole a nickname in prison. We'll get to that in 2 seconds.
Right.
So when I ride down to prison, I remember they put you in a room. Now, the first prison you ride to, that's where all the bad people are, meaning you get classed there. You might take a bus down there with about 20 guys, and they're going to tell you, you're going to eventually meet with a mental health person, and they're going to tell you how dangerous this guy is. Does he go to prison A? Does he go to prison B? You know what I mean? They put inmates, usually with inmates, they kind of like match up with each other. Not saying some guys end up in prisons they shouldn't be in.
I can see that.
Guys like me, 9 times out of 10, probably have trouble down there. And they tell you to do things a certain way. And I decided to do things a different way. I remember when I was a good chess player, loved playing cards, loved playing, gambling. They tell you to do none of that down there. They tell you, be careful dealing with other races, minorities, stick to your own kind. I was against all that. Yeah. I was just going to go down there and I was going to show people that you could talk to anybody You could go out of there with no fights, no altercations.
How long were you in?
My first time, listen, it was a year. What's crazy is I was sent to a drug therapy place where I wasn't really have a drug problem. Before they sent me to prison, they sent me to a drug therapy. I used to get into arguments with the counselors every day. These are mental health doctors. They were trying to tell me what I was hooked on. I'm trying to tell them what I was hooked on. Long story short, I get kicked out of there for gambling, and I wasn't even gambling with the guy. They kick you out of there for your biggest addictions, and I happen to say gambling was my biggest addiction. So they kicked me out of there because the guy handed me a piece of paper with names on it and cigarettes written on it. Now, what's funny is this guy didn't have shit. He goes, hey, the Italians used to call me Joe. They didn't call me Pesci. He goes, hey, Joe, I'm going to put these bets down and we'll pretend I'm betting. I remember looking at this guy like, okay. So he just wanted to see how well he would do. He hands me this piece. This is how I end up going to prison for real. He hands me this piece of paper. I take the piece of paper because they didn't sentence me to prison first. Sentence me to therapy. They're watching me in the booth. Some guys in the upper booth goes, Michael Lowry, upper level. I walk up to the upper level. He goes, empty out your back pocket. I'm like, fuck, these guys hate me. They're going to see gambling on here and they're going to treat this as a drug, Kenny. I swear to God. So listen what they did. I hand them the piece of paper. It's the week of Christmas. They sit me. They don't even tell you you're getting kicked out.
Merry fucking Christmas.
They sit you on a wall in a desk, a fucking student's desk where I'm facing the desk like this. You don't even have shit to fucking write except about your drug problem, which I didn't really have. And a sheriff randomly comes in and cuffs you out. So that guy that gave me the piece of paper, this guy's a Looney Tune. He goes, he doesn't even call me Joe. He goes, Mike, if we get kicked out of here, man, I'm going to prison. I'm going to be really fucking pissed. I'm like, bro, you handed me the piece of paper. Before you know it, the sheriffs started coming in, right? They don't even tell you. 3 sheriffs. Fully badged.
Was one of the sheriffs wide dat, or did they bring him up?
No, but sheriff probably knows about this.
He probably knows about him.
He knows about when they have, they come get inmates or whatever. So they come in. This guy starts, hustling. I'm just like, me, I was on the ground. I was like, I'm not going to fight. Because they tried to. Fuck that. They fought that guy. So they took me to county. You get a thing from your probation officer that violates you. You go back in front of the judge. The judge goes, I could put you on felony papers and release you. I could have got released in 2 weeks. Felony probation, Kenny, is not fun. The PO comes to your house, blah, blah, blah. That's why I went to prison in the first place. I failed my felony probation. So I said, Judge, what do I got to do to not be on felony probation? He said, well, you got to do 180 days in the joint. I said, send me down because I knew I wouldn't get parole. Here's your parole question. They only put people on parole nowadays that got serious shit, violent cases. Mine were far from. People were questioning why I was in prison.
Wait a minute. So why are the violent fucks getting parole and people like you aren't? What's the answer to that?
Some are. Kenny, mine was a measly weed case, meaning felony 4, F5, low barrel. They have so many people on parole, it's flooded. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a flooded thing. So they can only put certain people. Felony probation's way different than parole. They're 2 different things. Yeah. I could have did parole, but I wasn't asked. So this is how weed becomes your guardian angel. So when I was released from prison the first time, I didn't even know what I was going to do. Oh, yeah. By the way, I never had an altercation. My first time in prison, I was able to go between the minorities.
No altercations. That's pretty impressive.
And I told people, I didn't talk to people on the outside. I didn't call my parents. I didn't call any of my friends. I said, I would make 1 call to get a clothes box. Yeah. I'm saying like in there, when I said I made no calls in there. I was straight inmate. Mm-hmm. I know it sounds fucked up, but I was just in there and I was like, you know what? I'm not bothering people with my problems. I'm going to make money in here like I made money in the streets. So before you know it, I was gambling in there. I would get guys as bodyguards. They wouldn't even know. I'd go up to them and go, hey, I'd go up to a black guy, probably 2 times my size. There was this guy who was 6'6". His name was Adolf. I said, I got an idea. These white guys wouldn't gamble him because he usually gambled with this other black dude. And I said, hey, why don't you gamble with me? I'll be the face that they'll want to beat and think they
All
can
right.
beat.
So to educate our audience, where are you getting your money in prison? Where are these prisoners getting money to gamble?
Well, here's the thing. You gamble with food, Ken, or the big gamblers will actually have women put money on people's books. Meaning, Kenny, if me and you were inmates right now and you needed money, I can make a call to a girl or somebody, go, hey, Kenny Boland's number is blah, blah, blah. Put the money on his books.
Seems like that should have happened.
But gambling mainly was done with food. Meaning they could do envelopes, but they did food, Ken.
Okay, I got
you.
So
it'd be like, pickles, whatever. So
gambling for pickles.
My hustle was this.
Cigarettes
was legal the first time. I would roll people's cigarettes, and I would take cigarettes because people love gambling with cigarettes. That was one way I made money. Or I would find guys that looked scary, and I would have them gamble as my partner versus other guys because I said, hey, listen, people would take it personal sometimes when a white guy wins. But if you got a black guy as your partner, usually they kind of
Sheriff did bring up a point here. He says a black guy named Adolf. You don't see a lot of that.
You don't. And dude, sounds crazy, but this was the guy's name. Now, this is how I stole my nickname in prison. My actual nickname, I don't mind being Pesci on here, but my actual nickname was Future. And this is how I stole it. And this is before the rapper. Okay. I was playing chess versus black dude who's the best chess player in the barrack.
All right.
Now, when you're in Lorraine, you're waiting to ride out.
I'm picturing checkers in prison, not chess, but go ahead.
Oh, it's chess, buddy. Chess is a very deep game.
I know. That's why I wouldn't be playing it.
Now, this guy was good at the point to where I couldn't beat him. I used to pay him in cigarettes for him to play me because he would get bored playing me because of how much he would beat me.
Where are you getting your cigarettes?
I told you I was rolling. One of my jobs in prisons is I would roll cigarettes for guys. So they didn't have to do it. So they could. You
got to have papers and tobacco. Where are you getting that?
They sold cigarettes. My first number, Kenny. It wasn't illegal.
Oh, okay.
It was sold in the stores. You could legally buy cigarettes then. My second number, you couldn't.
Gotcha.
First number, that's all you did was smoke. That's all I fucking did.
All right.
So the guy I'm playing chess against, he's so good at chess, I barely ever beat him, but maybe a couple times. Now we're waiting for our buses to come in and pick us up. Now, when the bus finally came and got him, he goes to a different prison than I'm going to. You never know what prison you're going to. You're just waiting on the ride from Lorraine. You're already in prison, but you're going to another one. So when he left, I always told the guy, hey, man, I like your nickname. And he goes, just start calling yourself that. So people used to call me Mike Lowry because they couldn't pronounce my name, and it was from Bad Boys. They would say, Mike Lowry.
How did they not call you Pesci? How did that even happen?
They did. Some did. The Italians would call me Joe. It's funny. Italians didn't call me Pesci. They go, hey, Joe. And I'd be like, who's Joe? And they'd be like, Joe Pesci.
You're Joe, yeah.
Yeah, no, I did. The Italians always called me Joe.
Okay, all right.
You know, everybody else called me by my nickname. So they actually used to respect the nickname. So when I left that prison and went to another prison, I just used to call myself that, and that's how I stole the nickname. So fast forward to when I get out, this is how you go to prison twice.
Nico says he's so sorry for saying future endeavors now that he knows that was your nickname.
Well, yeah, it was just, old stupid nickname. It's the things you think about when you're locked up, Ken. You're not all upstairs.
I got you.
And my thing was I was trying to play an angle. And I was working it really well because I never had any problems. And I was able to work for people that made my fucking time very good. Yeah. So when I got out,
stay busy, the time goes by a little quicker.
So when I got out of prison, what's funny is I didn't make any calls to anybody. I didn't tell my parents I was getting out. And this is how you end up going back again. You get out of prison, you're given $70. I'm just shoved out into the world. It's like, what do you do? You know, it's like, I don't have a car yet.
I've seen movies like that where they go out into the world and go, how the fuck do I function out here? I want to go back.
And it's like, sure, yeah, right.
Did you want to go back?
No, hell, no, nothing like that. My thought was, damn, how am I going to make a living? You know what I mean? Because now I got a felony. I got multiple felonies. I can't go back to radio unless I knew somebody. But now, I already
wait a minute. Multiple felonies on one marijuana charge?
Yeah, because the phone. Drug trafficking and the marijuana is a felony. It's a cheap process.
Oh, God. Okay.
You get caught with weed, but then they just screw you. You know, they finger blast you to fucking death.
I just watched Shawshank Redemption again recently. Could not believe how much of it I forgot. Is it anything? Surely the guy is nothing like that.
No. See, that was when they didn't care about inmates. They're making so much money off these inmates, Ken.
That
they want to make sure some of these guys survive. Like if they see me get my ass kicked, they might. People don't look. Guards don't, look behind that. They go stop that fight. Because they know if somebody dies or something happens on a shift, you're getting fired. Money ain't coming in. Everything just gets screwed. It's all hustle now.
Yeah, they got to quit making prisons for profit. So
I was scared to death when I got released. I didn't know what to do. And then sure enough, there was somebody there to pick me up, Ken. And the two people there to pick me up were drug dealers. And before you know it, even if I wanted a job, where am I going to go? What am I going back to make? I know you could get a job. How did they know
you were getting out, and how did they know you'd be willing to participate?
Well, here's the thing. You could look up an inmate once they're in, and it'll say the release date.
Really? Okay.
Well, because sometimes women get raped, and they want to know when this guy's coming back.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they put that shit out there. They don't hide it.
Gotcha.
So these two kids came in. What's funny is these are two kids that wasn't my friends growing up. These are kids that I met through the weed thing. And probably, I don't even know, getting released that day where I would have went. I would have just because everything changes in a year. You'll call all your friends before. In 1 year, everybody was different. Meaning, I might be able to call. And you didn't have Facebook. So I didn't have a lot of phone numbers. It took me a year to get all my numbers back. You know what I mean? So, and you don't have a car, and because your license gets suspended because of drugs, and it's about $1,500 to get it back. I had $6,000 when I got out of jail, only because before I went in, I gave it to my mom. She kept it.
Yeah. So once they impound your vehicle, is it gone for good?
If it's not in your name.
Oh.
The judge will find a way to take that vehicle if it's in your name. If that car, I used to put vehicles in other people's names for this reason.
Gotcha.
It was just a trick of the trade you learn, because I've had cars taken and I've gotten them back because of that. So I'm carless. And like I said, the first time, and this is how I end up going back. I'm carless. I start selling weed again, and it's weird. Every time I sell weed, everything goes right to the extent where I'm making money to take care of myself. I'm not saying I'm doing what's right. I know I could have went and worked at McDonald's or some wrestling spot or restaurant or something like that. But the bottom line is, I didn't want to work at none of those places. Yeah. I wasn't used to that. I knew I wouldn't be able to survive off the money by myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Economy was kind of fucked at that time as well. And I'm not going to get a job in radio unless somebody knew me. You know how it is, Ken. People aren't going to make you a star unless they possibly know who you are.
Yeah.
Because I knew kids that were on radio, but they'd be like, dude, if I bring you in, you do a better job than me. Once if I lose my job, I'm kind of you. I used to have shit like that said to me all the time. You were the first guy, Ken, to ever put me on radio. Meaning I used to talk to people and they would, that's why I'll never forget you. I don't even want to do my own show. I'd rather just work with the king here and there and do my own thing, whatever I do. But I appreciate it.
Like I told you the other night, no matter what the house is, you always have a home here. You know that.
Yeah. So this is how you go back twice, King. And this is like it, towards the end.
All right.
I basically picked right back up where I left off. I got a room. I was rooming with these two chicks at the time. I always said marijuana.
You got to figure they got an eye on you. You got a bit of a history there.
They actually didn't. Here's the thing.
Wow. Okay.
My type of drugs that I was moving in the weight was nothing serious. It was serious to me because I never did shit like that ever. Yeah. So to me, I'm thinking I'm this cool ass fucking drug dealer making money. I'm really just a fucking in the road. You know what I mean? Compared to cops. If the cops find me, they find me. That's how they found me the first time. They busted a kid. They scared him. Because listen, when they put you in that room, King, I remember how dangerous these cops were. They'll tell you 3 things that aren't true. Yeah. I remember looking at these guys like, wow, you guys probably scare a lot of motherfuckers with that. My second time going to prison, they're like, hey, your girl's about to go to jail for a long time. And I'm like, whoa, what'd you find a gun on her or something? I was like, hey, I'm not some 5-year-old. I was like, as long as I take the blame, why is she going to jail? But these are the things they say because they're like, oh, if we could just get them to tell, if we could just, rattle his bones. Half the drug cases, you're not even that much trouble.
Sounds like something Wide Dad would pull. Let you know your lady's going to jail. I bet your Wide Dad's pulled that a couple times.
So this girl that was on I was selling weed to this girl, and she was fucking on heroin, and I didn't know it because I don't sell drugs like that. And she was fucking screwed up. She fucking told the cops she got caught with dope. And instead of setting up the heroin dealer, she goes, she didn't say weed dealer. She goes, I got a drug dealer who's big and blah, blah, blah. I'm not even big. I'm 5 months out of prison.
Yeah.
So she calls me. They ask for a low amount. This is how they trick me, Kenny. I'm normally waiting for a phone call and someone's going to go, hey, I need a lot of weed or blah, blah, blah. She called with a very low amount. Okay. So it stayed under my radar. I said, hey, come get the weed. Yeah. I'm in the apartment complex at the time.
Yeah.
She's being the cops actually follow her because you find this out from your lawyer up to the floor that I'm on, follow her to the room. Meaning they don't come in. They just see what room she goes in so they know their informant's not lying. They'll walk past the room like they're just normal people. Right. She goes in and makes the buy. She does 2 of those. That allows them to come to my apartment. I'm living with this girl, Sarah, at the time. Yeah. I got 2 pounds of weed in her trunk. I tell her if the cops ever come, you tell them you don't drive. They're not going to know if you drove, especially if you didn't do a crime in your car. So if the cops came, all they could bust me for is whatever in the apartment and the 2 buys they had on me. Mm-hmm. So they think I'm this huge ass drug dealer, sure enough, and they fucking come to my apartment, boom, kick the door in, blah, blah, blah. This is how I go to prison. I don't even know what tampering evidence is. I have 1 bag of weed in the fucking apartment. I have the apartment door open, the balcony. I always had it open when it was nice out, Ken. Just let the air come in. Of course. I throw the fucking bag off the porch. Here's what's funny. That's an F3. Bam, mandatory year. Bam, I didn't even know that. If I would have just
I wouldn't have known that. God damn.
I would have kept the weed on the floor and said, here's the weed and danced on it, they would have never had enough felonies to put me in prison. So
the things we learn.
This is what I get charged with.
Every Miami Vice episode I saw goes down the toilet.
So I get charged with 2 drug trafficking charges. That's for doing the 2 buys. And F3, throwing it off the fucking balcony. And here's where my chick kind of screwed me. Sarah, if you eventually hear this, my apologies. But this is how she screwed me. They said, what are you driving, ma'am? They asked me what I'm driving. I go, I'm not driving at the moment. Wish I did have a car. Wish I had a Cadillac. My girl, rightfully, because it was her first time, she's shaking like a crab game. And she's like, I drive eventually totaled the car. Oh, no. They got me in the car. I'm like, no, there's weed in the car that's going to bury me. They go to the fucking car. There's 2 more pounds there.
It ain't looking good now. Even I know that.
So at this time, I'm sweating. The cop car was hot as fuck. And I wasn't even sweating because I was in trouble. I was sweating because the cop car was hot as hell. And then that was when they took me down. And this is how I realized weed becomes my guardian angel. So I'm definitely going to prison. Second time, my lawyer goes, hey, man, if you would have been this is why I moved to Cleveland. Because I was living in suburbia. He goes, if you would have lived in Cleveland, I could have got you out of both of these cases to where you wouldn't have to go into prison.
All because of where you lived.
And I remember hearing that. And I'm like, and I thought I was not living in suburbia. Turns out I'm on the goddamn border. And the place is called, it was named after a Cleveland place. So I'm living in a place thinking that it's a Cleveland place. Yeah, but it's on the border.
Sheriff points out, he says, when you get into the pounds, you got to probably, even I know that. If I hear whether you had a pound of whatever, I haven't
been reading
you could have had a pound of tuna and they'd have got you for something.
Yeah. So this is how weed becomes my guardian angel. So at this point, I know I'm going to prison. It was my second number. And they said, you're going to do another year. So I had to do a year. This time, no felony probation, just straight to prison, no parole. I go to prison. And at this point, you're looking at your
record. From the time they arrested you and your girlfriend shit in her pants, how long did it take before you went back to prison?
About another year. It's always a year to 14 months.
Oh my God.
And what's sad is how much
were you on were you on bail or sitting in jail?
No, yeah, you're on bail.
Okay.
Now on bail, all you have to do is pass your.
All right. Now, how are you making a living while you're on bail? Obviously, you can't be doing that.
I mean, the same, Kenny. Hey, Kenny, I mean, what the fuck? I mean,
oh my God.
You need money. I mean, McDonald's probably wasn't even hiring me at this point.
Well, but if I was arrested for murder, I probably wouldn't be going out murdering anymore.
I was having trouble getting a job at Blockbuster at this point, if there was a Blockbuster still.
Well, I got you. I got you.
So when I go in the second time, I'm looking at my record.
Bonds didn't beat Hank Aaron. Bonds was roided up. His shit don't count.
Yeah. So by the time I'm in prison, and then the second time you're in prison, you're just planning how not to get caught at this point. It's like, dude, I can't get out and do a normal job because no one's going to hire me that'd be worth paying. Meaning I might get a job at McDonald's or Curly Sue's or fucking cleaning up shit somewhere that doesn't pile anything.
You're not boring me. I just been up a long time.
No, you're good. I'm pretty much almost done. And like I said, how do you go to, but your question was always, how do you go to prison twice? Dude, when I would get released, I would be scared, Kenny. Like, I don't even know how to live. I don't even know how to do this. I don't know how to get from place to place. I don't want to live off of somebody. I've never done that.
So when you went back for round 2, did you go back to the same prison?
No, they send you another one. They send me to a camp. What's funny was, by this camp, I was so good at chess at this point. I was the best, and I have witnesses I could bring on this show. I was the OCB yard champ in chess. I know that's the most lamest thing in the world. I'm
impressed with that. I couldn't play 30 seconds of chess.
But for a dude like me to win the whole camp, and like chess and cards is how I did my time. Like, that's really how I would slip through.
What else you got to do, right?
You know what I mean? And then eventually I got the car lot, but that was it. So
So how long did you serve? How long did you serve on round 1? About a year?
Year to 14 months. Because
how long did you serve on round 2? How long did you serve?
It was a year. They got me
another year. Another year. Okay.
Yeah, because they got.
Could have been worse, I guess.
Yeah, and like I said, and now the laws, by the time I get out of prison, all the laws are completely changed. Colorado is on the verge of going legal.
Sheriff Wydat, no badge, by the way, points out that he thinks someone dropped a dime on you. Do you feel the same way?
Someone dropped a dime on me?
Yeah.
Somebody did drop a dime on me twice.
Do you know who?
Yeah, it was a girl. I said this girl, Sarah Hill, and the other guy was named
Sarah. Okay, all right. So you knew that then. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's funny is your lawyer gets you what's called a motion of discovery, where you'll read. It'll say they hide the snitches' names, but the story, it'll say you sold informant, blah, 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 drugs in this location. And you got to follow the puzzle pieces. So I always tell people, what you can learn from my story is just if you think you have problems and you could go back to your parents and you could get help, just go get the help. Because one day I woke up in a life that I couldn't even get out of. Like,
so what did the parents say when you went the first time? These will be short questions.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, my mom claims she didn't tell my dad. I don't know if he found out.
You mean you was gone for a year and your dad didn't know?
Well, I was already gone for a while because of the shit at fucking Applebee's.
Right.
We thought I just left.
But you would normally not see your dad for a year and he wouldn't know where the fuck you were?
Well, he knew I did something at Applebee's. My mom said he called up there. He probably called up there and said, what happened with Michael? Is he still working?
Does your dad live in the same town as you?
Yes, but I was gone, Kenny. It's kind of hard. This is my stepdad. I don't know how to explain it. You got a different relationship with your son than I did with my dad. And it's because I fucked it up when I was younger from lying.
Right. I got you.
It wasn't my stepdad's fault. And my real dad lived out of state. So when I was gone for a year, he just said, well, he fucked up something else. He's just doing whatever. He didn't know I really went to prison in that time. Because it wasn't like I got trouble at Applebee's and it was straight to prison. You know what I mean? So I always said marijuana was my guardian angel because, dude, every time I got out of prison, I was scared as fuck. It took care of me all these fucking years.
Yeah.
Where now it's fucking illegal. And thank God I just, the way I sold weed.
Now, is it illegal in Ohio for a certain amount or no?
Well, here's the thing. It's illegal, but they have a medical card, which I have. And it allows you to carry a certain amount, which I try not to go over. Wink, wink. But
no more 2 pounds in the trunk, huh?
no more 2 pounds in the trunk that I would be driving with on the streets.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
So I just basically woke up one day. Like I said, I was probably the loser of losers. One day I wake up in a world that was never meant for me. Drug dealing, prison,
Right.
I was bargaining with guys like, listen.
And no one, even just because of the tone of your voice or your size or anything, ever tried to fuck with you.
You know what? I'll tell you why, Kenny, and this is why I believe in God.
All right.
This is why I could have witnesses come on the show that were in prison with me. Okay? Now, my shirt being backwards, I can't wait for people to see this that I know. But I never got in trouble for these reasons. They say, like, for instance, I wasn't in the baddest places. But my mouth usually would get me into situations where guys would kind of listen to me. They'd be like, you know what, maybe this white guy's onto something, to where I would become friends with certain black guys, like that black guy Adolf. He was 6'6". He wasn't even a tough.
What was Adolf in there for?
And what's funny was he was a nurse. Adolf was a nurse, a black nurse. He was selling pills.
6'6", selling pills. Okay, all right. I see the connection.
This guy wasn't even a tough guy, but you walk around with a 6'6", 325-pound black dude.
They're not going to ask if he's tough or not.
Very nice guy. I would just kind of mix myself with guys to where I remember I was locking my box once, and the guy that I was a bunkie with, this was a guy that was on his way out the door, meaning he had 10 years for a murder, but if you have good behavior, they'll put you at a prison that I'm at.
Oh,
meaning,
God.
God. What I'm saying is they're on their way out.
Happy about that.
Well, they're going to be different people, Kenny, because they're almost on their way out the door. Meaning if you got 10-year sentence and you're a bad guy, if you behave good enough, you might get to go to the nicer prison where the people are out more and blah, blah, blah.
Pesci, dumb fuck down under wants me and him, maybe one other person, to take a road trip up there to see you. What do you think about that?
That's all, Kenny. I told you if I should go to Louisville once a year, I would have came and visited you.
We might have you come here.
If you ever go back to OVW, I'll definitely come visit you there.
They claim I'm coming there, nothing else, for a farewell party. So we'll see if it happens. You'll get plenty of notice.
Well, yeah, I never got in one fight in prison. And
God damn, that's amazing.
And guys do. And you know what I'm saying? And guys, like I said, and my mouth could be annoying, but I was very smart in there.
You know that.
I knew I was small. I knew I had to be cunning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to show you how to do this. To where I said, I was putting a lock on my box, and my bunkie, who was a murderer, goes, hey, can I have that lock? And I go, well, how am I going to lock my box? And this dude looks in my eyes, Kenny. I swear to you on everything I love, our friendship. He goes, I dare somebody to come mess with you.
Oh, that's a good guy to have on your side.
And this guy was so respected. This is why I believe in God. How out of all people I get mixed with a guy that was so respected that I could have did probably, even though I didn't, I could have probably did whatever I wanted in there. Mm-hmm. And this guy had my back only because not anything I did for him. But when we first met each other, I used to make him laugh. And he used to say, that's one thing you don't get in here is laughing. And that's worth a lot of money to a lot of inmates.
You know what Wide Dad's up to? Wide Dad wants you to come to. You know what he's up to? He's trying to get one more big arrest on his bedpost before he retires.
Why, Dad? I'm not that type of criminal no more.
Arrest you at Cave Hill Cemetery.
I'm not that scale anymore. They have,
Why Dad trying to get? He thinks he's got Bonnie and Clyde on camera here or something. I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah, but and before you know it, Kenny, I was blessed by my buddies that let me sell cars with them, and I sell cars.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you pretty good at it? You seem like you'd be good at selling cars, especially if you know anything about them. Chris is a master, but Chris will talk you out about a car you don't like.
I didn't know shit about cars when I first started selling them. The guys that I sell cars with, we buy them outright. So the key was me just having money. So I had enough money to get in the car game to where we buy our own. We're not a buyer payer.
All right, Pesci, when we having you down, we're going to have to get down here, have a big dinner together or something, have some fans come and meet you, have a meet and greet meet the King and Pesci.
Well, I'm glad everybody liked the story. Did we lose?
I think they did, and you jacked the house up. You got it up to a maximum of a plus 16. That ain't bad. Yeah, you got a plus 16 from the time you came in. No, it was a plus 20. Yeah. At one point, you had us up a plus 20, so that's not bad.
Shout out to Randall Harper for making that big donation and
You better quit
Michael
shitting
Ryder and Brad and all those guys.
You better quit shitting on Dumbfuck. Dumbfuck donated.
No, I'm saying they did good for the.
Yeah, Michael Ryder, Dumbfuck.
I'm saying Dumbfuck Down Under did the donation.
He got it going. He threw down the first 20. Then Randall.
Because I was about to play poker. That's why I said I needed time to tell this.
I probably cost you money tonight. I cost you money to come in here to help.
Hey Ken, I told you. There's the signs.
There's the hat.
There's just bowling signs everywhere.
Well, until 30 minutes before the show, I was wearing my dolphin stuff because I got some new dolphin shoes. I got my dolphin helmet. A friend of mine from Louisiana sent me Miami Dolphins shoes. Got my helmet, and I had my dolphin colors on. I had orange and my.
Did you watch opening day today?
I haven't because
first day I haven't done it, man. It's crazy.
First day I haven't seen opening day, and I'm 61.
Sports has changed so much.
I haven't missed an opening day since I was 5 years old, and I've missed it so far today because we don't get Fox Sports Ohio here. I didn't get the Fire Stick thing that gets me the free baseball games. So some people set me up with MLB TV, but because we're in Cincinnati's market, the home games are blacked out. So I can watch the game, which is cool, but I have to see it 90 minutes after the game ends. So when I wrap up with you, I'm going to watch today's game, and I already know the score thanks to an ignorant fuck in here. But, so
somebody was trolling with my name. I didn't catch the beginning.
Yeah. A guy came in here named as Joe Pesci, but he didn't have a badge. I knew who he was. And he gave the score of the game, and he got blocked immediately, so. But, he's got gay love for me. He wants to have sex with me. I couldn't go to prison with him because I'd have to sleep on my back. I wouldn't be safe if I slept face down around this guy because he's got that horny love for me.
Tell the Dumbfuck Down Under I have considered that.
What we got?
And shout outs to Ross for the $10 donation.
Well, that's probably not a bad idea for the Peshmeister to do that. I'm sure that.
Shout out to Sheriff.
I think, Sheriff's treated you pretty cool here today. Sheriff's been good to you. Jennifer's back in the. What'd you think of that story? She loves your voice, by the way.
A lot of people do.
Now that's Mango.
That's what put me over here, I guess.
Look at that profile picture. She looks in love with you in that picture. I'm telling you, man. I think you got Mango.
What's funny is I actually tried to Facebook friend request her, but she doesn't take. I can find her Facebook, but not yours, Ken.
I don't know why you can't. I can't find yours.
I tried to look at her Facebook to try to find you on there to link them up, but I had trouble.
Sheriff knows way too much about this shit, but yeah, that's Mango Jennifer. And,
he's a real sheriff. He probably knows about this.
He is a real sheriff. He sits with me on my porch all the time.
Yeah, he knows about shit.
We get in arguments about Trump all the time. He's toned that down a little bit. I think he realized.
He knows about these prisons up here filled with a lot of people.
Why Dad might have to go to Washington or Florida and arrest Trump. He's got all kinds of investigations going on.
Thank you, Mr.
They might arrest him and Matt Gaetz on the same day. That sex trafficking thing. Trump was in on that. Oh boy, what we got here?
What's dingo style?
A doggy style only, but in Australia it's dingo style. Yes, I got. Only guess I got. Well, we went perfect. I was hoping that we could wrap this. Oh, and I forgot to put up Ross's donation here. Hang on. Ross has donated several times. Appreciate the deep conversation. No problem, Ross. Thank you very much. Appreciate the last minute donation.
Make sure you tell the prince about the.
I got to, man. You jacked the house up 20 people. The donations, 80, 90, about $100 even after you came in. And let me see if PayPal did anything. I want to give you credit for everything you did. Normally, if they donate on PayPal, they tell me about it.
Well, Kenny, you deserve the credit, not me.
Oh, good.
Because you were on your way out the door. This guy was supposed to go eat. All
right. Albert Herbert did he send $3 again? I think he did. Yeah, Albert Herbert sent $3. I don't know if that was $3. Well, let me check. That might be the same one that I saw on another phone. In honor of your 30th consecutive show. Okay, well, this was a great one to do it, but this is actually show. Well, no, it's still day 30. It's not show 30. It's day 30. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this broken into a second show. There will be the first part of the show that we did, and then at about the 90-minute mark, we bring you in, and for roughly an hour.
Oh, Teddy, I got a good idea for you.
What do you got?
I'm telling you. You know how you do those cool little illustrations when you have Maya and Vampiro on?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me an illustration so people will see it's me
Well, sure.
and maybe be intrigued
Consider
because
it
of the
done.
name? Not that they'll know who I am, but
Yeah.
if you give me a cartoon, they might
Joe
give you the view.
Joe Pesci tells his prison story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the little
Yeah.
illustration. Not that they'll know who I am, but
Yeah.
they might be intrigued. And I'll tell my people. I don't even get a chance to tell my people I'm on.
I will have JJ will take great honor in making that. Kenny hot tag Pesci. I don't think real Joe Pesci's on Twitter. I don't think he's
and the
on.
people that donated tonight, that gave me a lot of confidence to come in and tell the story.
Yeah, man. They begged you to come in. They threw down their 80 before you committed. You had not committed yet.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I got my arms folded like Trump in trouble. I don't know what to do.
What's your thoughts on everything going on out there, Ken?
My thoughts on everything going on here?
No, with Biden. What's your thoughts with him right now? You good with him?
Well,
just about him. What's your thoughts?
I wish he would be a little bit more transparent about what's going on down at the border, and I am all for taking care of those kids. I did see some disturbing shit today.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Fox News, of course, showed this. They showed somebody climbing to the top of the wall, which Trump, by the way, said was impenetrable. I'm going to build the tallest wall. No one will ever get over it. Well, they're getting over it in record numbers because they
don't go over the wall, Trump. They go under.
Yeah, well, they went over that. They went over this one. He built a grand total of 3.8 miles of new wall. Everything else was just reconstruction that Obama had set up anyway. But Fox News had some surveillance cameras of somebody climbing up that wall at night. It was the heat sensor cam, somebody from the helicopter. And they dropped a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old over that fence. They crashed pretty hard. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw my 3-year-old or 5-year-old kid over it. And if you're going to go through the trouble, you're going to scale the wall so that you can drop your kids off and hope something good happens.
Oh, I got a great one.
Hang on. That tells you how desperate this is. Why wouldn't you bring a rope and lower the little tyke down with a rope where he doesn't have to crash from a 15-foot drop? I mean, just fucking stupid. Put a rope on the little kid and just lower him over. You're already up on the wall. So they held him over as far as they could so he would have less far to drop. But my God, Biden's dog keeps biting people. Well, maybe there shouldn't be so many criminals running around the White House. They're probably biting Republicans. That's what they're doing. Now, and I hope that's the case.
Did you see his press conference where he forgot what he was saying and stuff?
Well, how many? Shut up, Pesci.
I'm trying to ask you a question.
No, don't interrupt me because I'm interrupting you.
Jesus.
How many Trump press conferences have you seen where he didn't know what the fuck he's talking about, couldn't pronounce the word? The United States of America. I mean, I can run a
I'll give you that then. I just was wondering if it's true.
Now let me join your side. They're both old fucks. Neither one of them should goddamn be running the goddamn country. The fucking United States.
I agree with that.
80 fucking years old. Use them as consultants like we do with Sheriff Wydat. We can consult with him. He's too old. He's ancient. He shouldn't be the sheriff. They should cut off at 35 or too old.
That scared some people, Kenny, because CNN and shit hit it. They made it sound like it was the interview of the year. He was up there. I was laughing about it.
They do. Fox is going to make it the most horrible thing that ever happened.
Well, because they showed the whole thing.
CNN but here's what Fox is not covering. Fox is not covering the murder trial going on in Minnesota right now. They are not even covering it. They don't want no fucking part of that. So, and if Biden or Miss Saatchi do a press conference, they don't cover it. They record it and then get their own shit in and edit it. But then again, it got to the point that where Trump was lying so fucking much, CNN and MSNBC said, well, we're not going to air this. We're going to hear it, see how much shit he lied about, and then we'll fact check him, and then we'll go from there. But they can't get Biden on line. The only thing he's done wrong is not be transparent enough about what's going on with the kids, not letting cameras in. We need to know what's going on. And if you're truly going to be transparent, you have to do that. But when you're compassionate and you realize people are leaving there for a reason, people are throwing their kids over that fence and, for a reason. I mean, no one throws a kid over for a reason unless you think they're going to fucking die or, normal people don't do that. They're doing it for a reason. And like I've told everybody here, who the fuck do you think you are? Because you were lucky enough to be born here. You were lucky enough maybe to have parents and grandparents that were born here. They weren't so fucking lucky. And if you were in their shoes, you'd be doing the same fucking shit. Me, you, Wydat, Dumbfuck, JP, McCormick,
You said dumb fuck, that's awesome.
Vendetti, we would all, if we were in that fucking boat, would be doing the same motherfucking thing. We would be trying to protect our kids or trying to save our own ass. We would be doing what they're doing.
I thought
We're here because we were fucking lucky enough to be born here, or our grandparents were, or our parents were, or even on beyond that. It's just fucking dumb goddamn luck that we're here. If I was born in Guatemala and gangs were threatening to kill my little brother and sister, or if I'm a parent and they're threatening to rape my daughter, fuck yeah. They're marching 1,500 miles, but Fox News will tell you, oh, they're all drug dealers. They're all gangbangers. They're all this. No, they're fucking not. The gangbangers are the ones chasing them up here. They're trying to escape the gangbangers. They're trying to escape the drug. Oh, they're going to come across the border with a backpack full of drugs and then think they get to stay here? No, it don't get to work that way. There's more drugs coming in from Canada than coming from here. And like I even heard on Fox News today, the lady says, yeah, you know why we don't have a wall on Canada? Because those people coming across most likely are white. The people coming across that border are darker than your average Republican, than 99% of Republicans, and they don't like that. And that's why there's a wall there and there ain't one in Canada, because more drugs these days are coming across from Canada than come across in Mexico. And the people you're trying to shoo away that are coming across the border now, drugs is the last fucking thing on their mind. They're trying to save their motherfucking life. And with that, Pesci, I did say good day. I said good day because I haven't had it in broadcast.